Death, glory, and Valhalla. These are the things that people demand, and these are the things that people shall get. I'm a rubber duck of war, but today I'm simply a spectator, a god overwatching our lords at war, and it should be a good fun one. We got Chad Forgrim, aka Mr. Grombrindal, taking on Human Boy, yes. These Battle of Titans, they should be the ones to supply the blood, the glory, the vengeance, all these juicy things we want to see. Now, this is a best of 7 in a competitive format, aka there's picks and bans, there's tournament rules and all that good standard stuff. Up first, we're going to be playing on Gorgazan, and we have the dwarfs, of course, led by Gromby, Mr. Grombrindal, one of the most well-known Dari players in the realms, one of the best as well. Him, Eumenes, and I think Calaharman probably take the top spot at the moment for the 3 best Dowie players, but that's certainly interchangeable. And he's taken on Human Boy, a very, very talented Skaven player, a very scary player in general, quite a lot of flexibility in his builds, and he's had some amazing games, and I think one that I've cast recently on the channel, which was quite a stormer. But wait, Dowie versus High Elf seems to be our first games. Let's see what happens. It looks like Grombrindal went Dwarfs first, banning Skaven and Dark Elves. Not bad bans whatsoever. The dreaded Durfs, as he calls them. And it looks like the Wazig Elgi were indeed pick the High Elf forces. Good luck, have fun. Grombrindal's ready now. I'm sure this is a matchup he has faced 100,000 times. He knows this matchup super well. So I played him in a tournament not that long ago. Just a little while ago now, a month or 2 ago, where I played the High Elves, and I did manage to win, but it's because I brought a real off-meta build and managed to catch Grombrindal kind of on the back ropes a little bit. But, you know, if I brought a more standard build, I think I would have been toast. So we'll have to see if Human Boy mixes it up a bit, or he goes for that very typical, you know, line chariots, nobles on chariots, healing kind of spam style of play, which can work absolute wonders. But Human Boy has a really cool style of play, is a very talented YouTuber himself as well. You should definitely go check out his stuff. And I'll make sure some of my mods leave links to his channel throughout the course of the stream. But hey guys, welcome. Wasabi. Luke, Jeremy, Digon, Goose, Howard, honk honk, my brother. Hope you're all good in the hood, man. Thank you for being here. Matthew, Coffin, CJ. Looks like got Human Boy, yes, in here as well. And Nafis, the legendary giver of bread. Hope you guys are all good in the hood. Yes. Human Boy has a penchant for games that are obnoxiously close. Hopefully he won't disappoint. Yeah, of course, man, like Jeremy. Human Boy loves a close game. Even if he's like heavy favorites, he'll make it nice and close. So I'm looking forward to some close scraps. Very good player, kind of clawing himself back as well from certain defeat and making games go like all the way down to the wire. Loves to scrap to the finish, which is just what I like to see. So it should be good fun. Should be good fun indeed. You're good? Awesome, Geese, man. Awesome. Quack, Mr. Bowmore. Oh, that's a lovely 7k subs. It's so much nicer to look at, right, Bowmore? The little 7k symbol, rather than seeing that, the dreadful, like, 6.9. But thank you guys so much. Yeah, we did actually hit 7,000 subscribers overnight, which is really cool. I will be doing a celebration stream. It's going to be a fat, juicy stream. I'm not sure when I'm going to be able to fit it in yet, because we are doing, for those of you who aren't in my Discord, the Champion of Renown tournament, which is going to be absolutely havoc and crazy. I am really looking forward to it, though. We have a $1,200 prize pool put on the line and been sponsored for the tournament by the legendary Haas. I'll speak more about him anyway during the actual tournament live streams and stuff, because he's been such a good champ and really wants to like pump some money into some competitive tournaments and stuff. So that's going to be going on over the next couple of weeks. So after today, I think we have a live stream on Friday for that, a live stream on Monday for that, a live stream on Tuesday for that, a live stream on Thursday for that, and then the live stream the next week, and 2 live streams the week after. So it's going to be consuming a lot of our time, but I'll make sure to find a day where we do the promised 7k special, which is where I play every single faction until I lose on quick battles. It's going to be like a 7 to 8 hour long stream, most likely, so it's going to be pretty ridiculous. Elgin on the Mist says, hi guys, what's up, Elgin? How am I? I'm all good, Goose. Geese? I always want to call you Goose Howard, even though it's Geese Howard. My mind just gets warped by it. But yeah, man, I'm all good in the hood. I'm really excited to hop into this one. Just finished a cast, actually. We're just going up tomorrow involving double Moon Dragons, which went really well and was a lot of good fun. So looking forward to it. For sure. You'd hoped for the Warhammer 3 Slanesh army reveal today. I'm sure it's going to come this week, Tuck. I'm pretty sure. It most likely will come like a Thursday or something. They've mixed up a little bit more because they had so many drops. Although I expect that to kind of slow down around Christmas time, obviously, as they'll have people off work and so forth. But I'm assuming that's going to be out, like, way before Christmas and stuff. I'm really looking forward to, like, the holidays and stuff. Because I'm actually going to go home this year, because last year, obviously, COVID kind of messed things up a little bit. But anyway, let's look at the builds here. So hopefully, let me double check. I don't have any screen blockers up or anything, do I? No, we're all good. Perfect. So both players going for an artillery scrap. We have 4 bolt throwers for the High Elves up against double Dowie cannon. Now, double Dowie cannon certainly nothing to scoff at, even at the sight of 4 of these equal bolt throwers. Spirit Leech could be a problem, but we don't know if our opponent has that yet. In the front line, it looks like we have a mixture of miners as well as dwarf warriors just dotted all the way along the front. We also have longbeards with great weapons backing them up, Ekrund miners, and yeah, just more great weapons into the sunset, including the Grumbling Guard, the most grumpy of all longbeards. I really love these guys quite a bit. They have an awesome color scheme, and just Old Grumblers is a really useful ability. It looks like you come down here, you can see they get extra vigor to nearby friends. They have immune to psychology. They're just an all-around standard good unit. Double cannon, of course, Thoric Ironbrow, as to be expected, and a load of Thunderers and Iron Drakes with Trollhammer torpedoes. As for Thoric Ironbrow coming to battle on his mighty Anvil of Doom, we do have the Rune of Slowness, Rune of Speed, Rune of Wrath and Ruin, and Rune of Doom, all of the good ones, and he just looks absolute shad right now. Look at him go. He's so pumped up to crush some Elvish skulls. For the forces of the High Elves, we do have some Illyrian Reavers waiting over in the wings. Main battle line is a mixture of White Lines and Spearmen, interestingly enough. I am not sure what the logic is behind the Spearmen. I would think Rangers would just be 100% a better investment because they can kill Slayers and stuff. But yeah, maybe I'll be proven wrong. They're going to be good against Thoric, I suppose. So a very long spaghetti line. It's all about the bolt throws today. So 1, 2, 3, 4 bolt throws to bring the long range pain, with a Mage of Life coming in with Dwellers Below and Earthblood, as well as Teclis. So Teclis is a pretty cool lord actually, and you'd think, hey, dwarves don't take too much magic damage. Teclis on foot is quite hard for them to catch. He's relatively cheap and he's your caster. Coming in Sword of Teclis, we have Bound Fiery Convocation, Potion of Troy, we have the Enfeebling Foe, Chain Lightning, and the Net of Amantog. What is this build? What is this absolute build? It is some crazy stuff. We also have Shadow Warriors hidden in the corners. So tuners of Shadow Warriors, if they're able to pick apart these cannons with the help of the artillery, I think the dwarfs are going to be in a really rough spot where they have to push forward. Looks like we have some giant slayers as well, which we missed for the dwarves. But apart from that, pretty standard stuff. So the miners are going to start to advance. You can see the Equal Bolt Thrower crews not having a good day already. Dwarf cannons are so good at taking down enemy artillery. That little extra bit of accuracy really helps them a ton. And you see the bolt throws are just going down here. They're going down. They're in their spread shot for some reason, maybe actually aiming at some of the infantry instead of the bolt throw. No, they are going after the crew, it would seem. Shadow Warriors are going popping forward. Unfortunately for them, Grombrindal did do a rather wise tactical retreat with Thoric Ironbrow, so he will be able to spot these guys a little bit quicker than he would have used to. And now the cannon crews are under some real threat right now, and they could really start to lose quite a few of their artillery crewmen unless the dwarfs push out nice and aggressive. Unfortunately for them, they only have longbeards here with great weapons. That is not a great counter whatsoever to the Shadow Warriors, who'll be able to kite, 360 no-scope them, and these guys do not have shields. However, 100 armor is absolutely fine. We are about to see a Master of Slowness go down on these guys, lowering their speed considerably to 16. Longbeards should be able to catch them if that rune lasts long enough. They don't have too many places to run. It does seem like, for now, though, Grombrindal has been able to protect his cannons, and they are reaping havoc among the Equal Bolt Throwers. One already gone. The next one has already lost one artillery piece as well. I would love to have seen a Spirit Leech caster coming in from Human Boy, popping over here and just Spirit Leeching down cannon crewmen would have been absolutely beautiful. Looks like the spread shot idea, I'm not so convinced. I mean, I guess the idea is to kill the actual crewmen rather than the artillery pieces. I don't know if that's going to be more or less effective. I'm sure Human Boy has done some testing, so maybe it's something to consider in the future. The Longbeards will be able to catch the Shadow Warriors here. Master of Slowness does last a very long time, and they is just dropped now, just to being able to catch them. That's really unfortunate here for the High Elves. They need to be trying to pull away, and hopefully the Reavers can come in and pin in these Longbeards. Should allow the Shadow Warriors to escape. So lovely play in the back here by Human Boy. Yes. So the Giant Slayers are on approach, and they are relatively swift, looking to counter the enemy. Now, the cannons are under real threat. The Shadow Warriors are doing a decent job. The Iron Drakes are unfortunately taking some of the crossfire here, but the cannons are really dominating this range fight right now. The bolt throws are not having a good time whatsoever. In the back, you can see Illyrian Reavers have been able to escape, though they've taken considerable damage from the Thunderers, and the Giant Slayers have now popped on top of the Shadow Warriors. Illyrian Reavers considered charging into the Thunderers, but they've been driven away by the Longbeards. We do get a Bound Fiery Convocation, and it is Beautifully placed there by Techless on those Thunderers, taking them down to about half HP, followed up by Dwellers below. But Grombrindal's got really good micro. You're going to have to pin him in place to try to pop those type of spells back to back, and his Thunderers are able to juke the worst of the damage. Grumbling Guard being used to push Shadow Warriors wide. Looks like one unit has been overwhelmed now by Longbeards as well as some of the Giant Slayers. And Thoric Ironbrow getting back into position. It looks like the Reavers were also forced off, so a really rough start for the High Elves so far. They've done decent damage to the cannons, but they've both still got a lot of their artillery pieces. In fact, 5 cannons still operational. If we look at the bolt throwers, this bolt thrower is completely out. The next one is also completely out. We have then 1 bolt thrower piece and 2 on this unit. Dwarf cannons ain't nothing to F with. They are seriously good at destroying enemy artillery pieces. Techless is also taking considerable damage at the moment. He can, of course, be healed up and so forth, so it's not so bad for him. Grumbling Guard realised they were relatively out of position. They've absorbed a lot of the damage from the Shadow Warriors. 100 armor is still 100 armor at the end of the day, despite the fact that they are lacking shields. And now the Thunderers are opening up shots into the white lines. Look to thin their number before they do engage with the front line. They will easily chew through miners as well as dwarf warriors, but the Longbeards of Greyweapons will be able to put up a much more of a fair fight, particularly the support of Ironbrow and his magical runes. Cannon shots are still aiming at the moment at the Eclaw bolt throws, at least starting to tear them to pieces, which is really good to see. And now we have the Grumbling Guard moving back, being harassed, unfortunately, in the rear by the Shadow Warriors. A little bit of lag, unfortunately. I've had both these guys on stream before, so I think they should be fine. It seems to be settling for the most part. Just a little bit laggy in spikes, unfortunately, which is a bit of a shame. Thunderers continue to unleash salvo after salvo onto the white lines. They really do need to get firing, however, because the white lines will better butter the bread off this front line pretty quickly. Lovely little bit of juke in here by Human Boy, moving away from the blast and chargers. Looks like the Ekron miners did anticipate it though, and still managed to catch the majority of their hits. Thunderers firing into these open lanes onto the white lines as Longbeards with their mighty cleaving axes do start to push in. Now, if we get a well-timed Rune of Doom, it's going to be really nasty on the white line, so we're taking quite a bit of punishment on the approach here. Thunderers are falling back, trying to avoid the Spearmen, who have been force pushed through here by Human Boy to try to shut them down, but in comes the Rune of Doom, and this is very problematic for the High Elf forces. You will see that the Dwarf Warriors and the Longbeards will fare really well against white lines, whilst they have this buff to their melee attack. Plus 24 melee attack is really impressive. 54 melee attack on Longbeards. They are hacking and cleaving the Longbeards of the white lines to pieces. Look at them coated in their own blood. Bolt thrower crews are being forced into hand-to-hand combat, which is really not where you want them. Shadow Warriors have been able to come back to the fight, but Giant Slayers will put them in their place once more and drive them from the battlefield. Techless goes down, and Human Boy shall be bowing down. GG's, well played to both these lads. That was a pretty dominant victory, though, by the Dwarves. Of course, Grombrindal on his favourite faction. And this is a lesson, I think, to all Elgi that, hey, just because you have more artillery pieces, it doesn't mean that they're going to win the fight, because these cannons are so accurate. 1.4k damage value and 2,265 damage value. Absolutely wild stuff. Now, the Iron Drakes didn't perform too much. Thunderers did a good job. 600 value, 1,100. Giant Slayers only 490, unfortunately, on them. And the Longbeards didn't have too much to do, neither did the miners in the front line. The battle was kind of won in the initial range fight. 562 damage value on Thoric Ironbrow, certainly not too shabby. As for Human Boy, I did like his plan here to use the bolt throws and then kite with the Shadow Warriors. However, they definitely need to be on single shot. Just focus down one cannon at a time, and a Spirit Leech caster combined with these guys is how you win that artillery fight, because he did have the Reavers in the back and the Shadow Warriors. Unfortunately, they were spotted by Grombrindal due to a big slice of luck as well, that Thoric moved back into the woods to protect himself against the bolt throws, enabled him to see the Shadow Warriors early and shut them down before they could do significant damage to the cannon crews. But despite this, just shy of 900 value and 592. White lines were mincemeat. As soon as they hit the front line with no support, that Rune of Doom, bam, gets popped. Longbeards get the axes and get the grudges, and it was a little bit painful there. Techless, 343 damage value, a nice bound fiery convocation, but alas, it was not enough. So up next, we are going to be playing on Galvaraz. GG. Got tie off both slots. Yeah, I think you need the support of the Spirit Leeches, really. But GG's, indeed. Intestinate tech logger, spreadsheet tech crew. I'm not sure. I'm not sure which one of those is better. I would personally go single shot, but GG, we'll play. Galbarez is the map. They missed a lot compared to Dark Elves, yeah. I'll let them know afterwards, but yeah, I think a Spillage Caster was the way to go there to support if he was looking for tips and tricks. So let's quickly go to the scoreboard and update it. Bam, bam, bam. Grombrindal taking a 1-0 lead, but he has used his favourite faction now, so Dwarfs are out the way. Human Boy does not have to worry about them. You cannot play the same faction twice, of course. So it's basically pretty standard tournament stuff. What's up, Jay Phoenix? I mean, Shadow Warriors are bad here. I feel like, yeah, they don't have huge amounts of AP. I don't mind them here to take down the artillery crews, but getting cost early was a little bit rough. It was a little bit rough for sure. What's up, Ice Power? Haven't heard from you in a long time, man. Hope you're all good and well in the world. I think you're taking part maybe in the Champions of Renown tournament, so hopefully we get to see you once again on live stream there, kind of back in the action. But I haven't hosted too many tournament stuff, because obviously we did Teach Me Total War, and we're kind of now getting into this other big tournament straight after. So doing less tournaments, but kind of bigger and more exciting ones at the same time. What's up, dog? Yo, 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 woof, woof. How's it going, buddy? Hope you're all good in the herd, my dude. Looking forward to Human Boy's favourite matchup, the Helmengor's Mirror Swiss Pikeman. If you've cursed this stream so that we have to do a Vampire Count Mirror match, I will cry live on stream. It's going to be tears. Tears all over the place. Yeah, that's my idea of the single shot, Jay. So, like, killing the Krovsey forces them off, but if you're blowing up artillery pieces, the damage output being kind of poured back at you is nowhere near as significant. So, I don't know. I think there's obviously a lot of luck as well to artillery duels. It is a little bit of RNG in there as well. But Dowie cannons have such good accuracy. They are really good at pinning down other enemy artilleries. And it's often why they beat Empire cannons, despite the fact they have less range. But yes. Mix of White Lines and Rangers. Yeah, Rangers can cut up Slayers really well, which is quite nice as well. And they do decent against the lower tier Dowie troops. It's fine. White Lines are still very good. White Lines are still very good. Oh no, I just got the Rona on Saturday. Can barely move. Shit, crap, man. Sorry to hear that, Ice, man. Hopefully you recover. I don't know if you had like a vaccine or something, so hopefully it'll be less bad for you. I hope you get a swift recovery, man. It's getting bad again over here in the UK, unfortunately. I like work in a shop, and we've just been like, everything's been reasserted. There's a load of new rules of like, you know, masks and all that kind of stuff being brought back. No, everyone's like a VC mirror. Like the stream if you'd like to hear Rubber Duck cry. No. Yeah, I can see that going well, Human Boy. The Dark Elf Bolt Thrower spread in. Maybe they're a little bit more accurate, their spread shots. You rout the crews, you chase them down. Because you had Reavers in the back and you had Shadow Warriors, so you could have chased off the crews for sure. It's a little unfortunate that your Bolt Throwers kind of scared Grombrindal a little bit. They actually fell back into the trees, which then spotted the Shadow Warriors. So there was a mixture of kind of like unluckiness in there as well. I wish I was a vampire in the early 1990s. Take D3 and vitamin C to get better from Rona. Oh, okay, is that like help as well? Ice, I'm in London right now, so it's about to go like not into lockdown, but you already had to wear masks and stuff on public transport. I still wore it at work because I work with the public, and now the public have to wear masks and stuff again, and it's caused a big ruckus as usual. You know, usual stuff. Usual stuff. What's up, Rusty? How's it going, champ? Hope you're all good today. I was going to message you about something, and I can't remember what it was. I was going to message you on Discord the other day, or like today. Neckbert, the champ of the undead. Vampire Count Mirror is supreme, but you need a gentleman's agreement for no heir. I guess whoever goes Vampire Count Mirror, whoever goes heir tends to dominate, from what I've seen, but I haven't seen a Vampire Count Mirror in quite some time. So yeah, gentleman's agreement for a full-on, like, just bump and grind, rotten flesh on bone, kind of just vibing against each other. Yeah, I could see that being a thing. You're in, like, southeast London, Rusty? No, it won't go back into lockdown, I don't think. I don't think it'll go back into lockdown. They're just, like, adding some more restrictions and stuff. I intend to get, like, a little bit of a heads up just because I work at, like a supermarket, so we get told stuff in advance to, like, get prepared, basically. Because every time one of these things happen, people panic and, like, run and to the shops and overstock on stuff, and it causes a bit of a nightmare. Yes, I'm all good, Rusty. I'm all good, bro. I'm all good in the hood. I'm just excited to see some fun games. Haven't done the best 7 in a little while. In the last one I did, I actually played in, which was me versus Logic, and we were doing it on a, like a mod. But I'm happy to be back just playing some games, watching some fun ones, having a good time. Having a good time. Having a blast. I can't remember, well, the lyrics to that song now. So. Let's see. We have Greenskins from Human Boy. Bannon, Lizardmen, and Beastmen. Not bad bands whatsoever. I think they're quite decent, solid bands there. The Dwarf Engineer is much better than the Elgi even in the tabletop version of the game. Dwarfs are pretty fun on tabletop, I seem to remember. There's only one cannon destroyed, 6 ballistas, I guess. What he's saying, but he's going VP. Awesome. So I would expect this to be a defensive build from Grombrindal, just kind of going in line with his Dowie style of play. But there's also a chance he may go for a rush, right? Like, go some crabs and just try to go to war with the Greenskins a little bit more. It's a fun matchup for sure. The meta, of course, of double gunnery white on crab is still very powerful here. And you just kind of shoot the key targets of the Greenskins, and their lack of leadership against your fear and so forth kind of proves dividends. We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. I'm here all the time. Don't worry, Rusty. I will remember. I can't remember what it was about. I cannot remember for some reason. Yeah, Geese, I agree. Get well soon, Iceman. Rest up, dude. Like, take a chill. You'll be back in no time. You'll be back in no time. Marafi protects all. Like, some people... It depends, you know, it affects people differently as well. Like, it's one of those weird things where it's like, hey, you've got a virus, some people can get over it very quickly, and other people, like, it'll just knock their socks off. And sometimes, like, it's even, like, healthy people. I can't believe my work got it, and one of them was, like, quite an older guy. And this was before vaccines and stuff, so this was quite a while ago, and he was, like, fine. He obviously took the time off and stuff, and then we had one of the younger guys, or young girls, sorry, and she ended up in, like, hospital, like, on all kinds of stuff. But she's back, though. She's back, luckily. Yorkshire is great. Hey, Ice, I was considering at one point maybe moving to somewhere like Yorkshire, because it's a little bit cheaper than London. That was if, like, I could get the YouTube channel to grow a little bit, where I could, like, move out of London and move somewhere a little bit cheaper, but actually do YouTube full-time. That's still, like, a real long way off, though, unfortunately. We'll see, though. Maybe with Warhammer 3, we'll jump up a bit. We'll have to wait and see. What's up, Zypher? Exactly, that's why people need the vaccine, to help those who are vulnerable. Yeah, it's one of those things that's like, hey, even if you're not worried about yourself, I didn't go home last Christmas because I was worried about my family, you know? You don't want to get them ill and then be vulnerable to it. But anyway, enough of that horrible, disgusting coronavirus. Let's look at some horrible, disgusting zombies instead. So, for the forces of Grombrindal, currently 1-0 up in this best of 7 series, we have zombie pirate deckhand mobs galore dotted all the way around, backed up by double polearms, and it looks like they're going to be protecting 2 mortars. So yeah, another defensive style of play here, coming in by Gromby. We do have Count Noculus with his dreaded homies, the double gunnery white. Very popular at the moment is this kind of trio threat. They come in with this really disgusting ability, of course, which is the same as kind of the fiery ring. It's just like a tier attack, which does some nice damage to infantry. They're very tanky. They can heal. They can replenish ammo to each other. It's pretty nasty stuff. We also have a load of bombers in the middle. Count Noculus, no doubt, is coming in with Raised Dead and all his summons. It looks like that is indeed the case. Mortars will do some nice long-range pressure, and we actually have deck dropper handguns up in the sky. So 1, 2, 3, 4 of them, bringing a lot of long-range pressure up against the greenies. And that is something the Greenskins can really struggle with, is these air flyers who have range attacks. You know, Hawk Riders, deck droppers, anything like this can be very problematic for them. For the forces of the Greenskins, we do have Gobos along the front line. I love seeing these little guys in action. Look how excited they are just to be out and about, ready for a good old scrap. Just like, yeah, let's do this. We can definitely win. Gobos all the way along. We have Blackhawks in the mists as well, which I really like, and some Orc Biggins. So mixing the cheap and elite units to punch your opponent is in as many ways as physically possible. And oh my god, the bow line. Oh my god, look at the guns! We have Goblin Archers, we have Orc Araboys, we have Orc Araboys, we have Savage Orc Araboys, we have the Rusty Arrows, we have so much dotted all the way along. That is insane. And then we have Wurzag down on the ground, coming with Fist of Gork, Brainbuster, and Gaze of Mork. I love seeing Wurzag, and he's on his pig actually, so he's not on the ground. We don't get to see his dance moves. He still looks awesome though. There's some really cool artwork out there as well of Wurzag you can get. He's coming in with the Bonewood Staff, of course, and the Squiggly Beast. I think both those are very good. Particularly the Bonewood Staff is actually low-key incredible. It's one of my favorite items. Now, the problem with Wurzag here is he's going to be the main target for these deck droppers. So he's certainly going to have to play this one patiently and kind of hide behind his Archer Core of the Rusty Arrows, the Goblin Archers, the Orc Araboys. Those guys are the ones who have to bring the pain. The problem is that's going to slow the advance of the Greenskins and buy more and more time for the Mortars to apply this pressure. So I'd like to see Grombrindal get nice and aggressive with the Air Core here, and slow down the Greenskin advance where possible. Because if they're shooting Goblin Archers, that's really bad value for them, of course. So much Daka. Oh, indeed. Indeed. Daka, 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 Daka. So we have the Orc Araboys just range shots in at the moment. The Flyers just taken to the wings for now. Don't really want to get involved in this scrap. And the Greenskin Tide is going to be moving forward now. Big problem here for Grombrindal as his front line is not going to hold long. He has like 3 units in the front. There is so many Greenskins against him. They're easily going to be able to pour through the gaps. And the Archers will also be able to finish off the Bombers relatively quickly. So he needs to bring the pain in this long range fight. Much like he did with the Dwarves against the High Elves, he needs the damage to be dealt early. And he's certainly doing that. The Goblin Archers taking quite a pounding so far. Deck droppers constantly trying to focus down Wurzag where possible. A lovely Brainbuster goes down though on the zombie pirate gunnery mob bombers, only killing one model but doing some really nice HP damage. You can see the Savage Orc Araboys are the next target, so lots of long range pressure. The deck droppers have been painted in by an effigy of the Git, which is quite a nice play by Wurzag. We're going to have to see if it does pay dividends. Savage Orcs, as well as more Savage Orcs, are certainly bringing the pain. And if he can actually assassinate this unit of deck droppers, this is massive right now. If he can get them off the field, they are falling back. They certainly can be healed up. And when they're moving, they're really hard for ground kind of ranges like this for them to hit them. But if they're stuck still like they were for so long, it's so easy. And they are starting to crumble relatively quickly. We do even have a Gaze of Mork going after them, looking to finish them off. However, the Orc Arrow line has taken considerable damage on this right-hand flank. We even have a zombie summon going down in the back to harass them all, though the Savage Orc Araboys should be able to pin them in place. And it does look like that unit of deck droppers is not going to be able to stabilize, and they will indeed go down here. Goblins are forcing their way into the front line. Likewise are the Black Orcs. They need to push through and ensure they shut down these bombers in the secondary line. There's a lot of arrows coming in here. Another Brainbuster as well is going to connect really nicely there with the zombie pirate gunnery mob bombers, doing some lovely damage, and the Archers just need to continue to pour on shot after shot where possible. Wurzag in the back is doing his best to protect his back line from this rather nasty summon. On the left-hand side, so many Archers getting distracted by the deck droppers, who are a big threat, but these bombers will eviscerate the front line if they're not taken out quick enough there. Black Hawks in the center are trying their hardest. They are going up against a Gunnery Wight, though. And Gunnery Wights are really, really annoying. Orc Archers are shooting into it as well to try to bring it down. I think, though, it's a better use of the time to leave the Gunnery Wight to the end. He's really going for that snipe right now. The Gaze and more coming in as well, but the Bombers are doing so much damage along the front line here. Savage Orc Araboys doing a decent job hunting down deck droppers. The Orc Biggins are going to be falling back. Black Orcs trying to punch through, but the tide of undead has been a real big problem right now to actually burst through, and largely because 4 units of the Araboys aren't really fighting the targets they need to be fighting, and the mortars are raining so much shots down on the range. A lot of it is now online though, which is certainly good news. Another well-placed Brainbuster goes down on some of the Gunnery Mob bombers, who are taking quite a lot of damage at the moment. Black Hawks are slowly cleaving their way through the Gunnery Wight, but he's doing a fantastic job pinning them in. You can see they're trying to push through, and now we do have a war active. Black Hawks have defeated those in front of them, and it looks like Gobbos have managed to start to shut down some of the bombers, which is going to only be increasing their death with the Black Hawks on the approach. Yet another Gaze Mork does go down, slapping the Gunnery Wight's cheeks rather tastily there. And Wurzag's still very healthy. Must admit, Human Boys doing a fantastic job keeping that bad boy online. Goblins are pushing in, slowly cleaving away at the chaff. Black Hawks, though, are struggling a little bit here. Gunnery Wight has been able to be sustained through a ridiculous amount of damage, and is still very, very healthy, honestly, in this stage of the battlefield. Black Orcs are just about able to cut through the polearm, so these bombers are causing them so many problems right now. The Rusty Arrows are pushing forward, as are the Orc Arrow Boys, and we do get a lovely hit once again coming in from the Gunnery White. Yeah, now Brainbuster goes down. I feel like he's dropped 3 or 4 on these bombers, and they just won't quite die. A load of the infantry has been mopped up, though, for the forces of the undead, so now the Greenskins can actually sit back a little bit and obliterate them on the approach. Count Noctilus has so much ammunition. The flies are still pouring in damage. I would certainly say the vampires are in a state of power at the moment, though a lot of their bombers are starting to be cleaved out now by the Black Orcs, who are doing a really, really good job. The Rusty Arrows are in combat as well, up against bombers and gunnery mobs. Not too good for them. Goblins are forcing forward. Looks like they have finished off some of the chaff. Hopping on top of the bombers now. Once they're dead, they need to push through and start shutting down these mortars, because the mortars are really bloody in the nose of all the ranged corps. Some gobos have come back to the fight, looking to jump on the bombers, and this Gunnery White is very nearly dead. I'd love to see Wuzag finish him off in a kind of cool thematic fashion. A load of more shots are coming in as well, trying to drag him down. Man, these Gunnery Whites, 22 kills is pretty impressive. The other one, though, 16. A decent amount of HP damage to a lot of the archers, and we do get an escape from the Gunnery White. Invocation Heck should be topping him up quite nicely. Gobos have cleared out those bombers. They need to start pushing through now and shutting down the mortars, finishing them off where possible. And a lot of the deck droppers are going down. We do get that glorious gaze of Mork, and Mork guides the hands there relatively well of the fates of magic, and a lot of those shots do actually clip the Gunnery White. It looks like the mortar will be shut down. There's a lot of pressure coming in, though, by Count Noctilus trying to save this situation. Gobos are forced back, and the Black Orcs may be as well. If they break, this is really good news for Grombrindal and his undead forces. Keeping the mortars online kind of guarantees so much damage to this archer corps, and a lot of the archers starting to get very, very beat up across the battlefield, but there's a lot of them, which is really good news for the boys in green. Gobos are pushing up, trying to engage with the mortars. You can see the Gunnery Whites are stationed right next to their mortars to try to protect them, and they're doing a decent job up against like an infinite amount of goblins. Goblins can't harm them very easily. They're going to be moving in, trying to use their rather scary fear to break the Gobo forces. Gazemork once again does hit that Gunnery White. He is very close to his healing cap at the moment, and it looks like the mortars will survive this kind of scare because of the Gunnery Whites. And this is such a close game. Balance power is slightly in favor right now of the VP. Lots of the Orc Arrow Boys and so forth can come back into the fray. Let's see the damage so far on Wozag. He's up to only 1,000 damage value. Okay, a little worse than I thought he was doing. He's done some well-placed brainbusters, but I guess it's on relatively cheap troops. He's now dropping one down on the mortar, trying to finish them off. And those mortar strikes are doing so much work right now to the ranged corps. And I think the fact those mortars have survived as long as they have is probably what's going to tip this in favor of the VP. It's tough to say, but there's still decent ammunition on a lot of these ranged troops, but there's so much pressure coming in right now. Another gaze goes down. It connects with the Gunnery White, doing some decent damage. It looks like one mortar may just be about to fall as well, but is it a little bit too little too late? I'm not sure. This mortar went down. So we've got one mortar down, the second one's going down. It could come down to the single entities. And if all of these green boys can find the courage, can find the faith in Wozag that he will lead them to glory, and they all start shooting, they will drag down these single entities. But if they hold is another question entirely. Orc Biggins do have the Fist of Gork popped on them and get back here to keep them in the fight. They're doing a lovely job up against this Gunnery White now, really dragging him down. Wozag's getting his teeth in the action. He's a decent melee combatant as well for a Caster Lord, and he is slapping that Gunnery White up quite nicely. Deck droppers are about to go down. Looks like we're only really going to have single entities left, unfortunately, for Grombrindal here. It is going to be the double Gunnery White and Count Noctilus. This is not a surprise here. This is very often how this goes with VP at the moment. You kind of have these last single entities just in a tide of enemies, and have they done enough damage whilst they have the chaff support? If we look at the Greenskin forces, oh, they are so wavering. They are so wavering. And a lot of them are exposing their flanks to Count Noctilus. But he is very low on ammunition right now. Like, very, very low. These deck droppers will break and go off. So, hopefully, the Orc Arrow Boys will be able to return to the fight. Wozag is leaving the fight up against the Gunnery Whites, at least now. More powder does go down. And he's desperately trying to chase him off. We do get a lovely Scabbard Scathe, or whatever it's called. Let's forget the name of that one. Go down the line, do some decent damage. In fact, that shatters a lot of the Greenskin forces. They're a little bit bunched up there. Wozag does throw himself to the slaughter, trying his best to take down this Gunnery White. He needs to get some insane RNG right now. 2v1, I mean 1v1. You'd back the boy Wozag, man. He's the Great Green Prophet after all. But the guy in white's doing so much damage, and it looks like the greenskins are just in a constant state of routing. Their units are too low. They stood and fought together. They were strong, but they broke and fled separately. And that is going to be GG's and a second victory here for Grombrindal in this best of 7 showdown. Very well played. Can't get much closer than that. Only 3 units left for the forces, or 3 just troops left, because they were obviously just the single entities for Grombrindal, though they were the most expensive and key elements of his entire build. Very nice play. A master of protecting his back line, and those mortars, man. 74 and 103 kills, 858 damage value and 837. The deck droppers, 343, 357, 435, and 222 damage value. Nothing too crazy. I think Human Boy honestly did a really good job of ushering them away. The effigy of the Git early on was masterful play. The problem in large was the mortar staying online so long, and the zombie pirate gunnery mob. So 570 value, 557 and 483 just thinning the herd with 45, 61 and 41 kills. I thought Human Boy would have enough because he had so many more troops, but with the majority of them being ranged troops, he didn't have enough pressure to pop in when it also came to the summons from Count Noculus. The infantry, of course, doesn't do too much. It just kind of holds the line. There's a load of bodies just in the way, and they did that job well. Gunnery White's 70 kills and 92. Lovely play. 1.3k damage value and 1.2. They're just absolutely outstanding units. 210 kills and 1,000 value from Count Noculus. Did the job, though. 210 kills, just clearing out that chaff. As for Human Boy, I must admit I did love his build quite a bit, and Wurzag did a good job. 1,900 damage value. Gobbo's got some kills, man. 76, 42, 116 kills, 60 kills. Pretty decent damage value on them for Gobbos. The Big Guns and Black Hawks, so they got decent kills, struggled in the value department, the highlight being 600. The Gobbo Archers, 430, 366, and 211 damage. Orc Boys, oh, yeah, it's a little bit rough across the board damage value-wise. 890 for the Rusty Arrows is the standout there, though. GG well played. GG's well played. So let's mix the map up now. And let us go... Let us go... the Bone Zone. Bone Zone is the map. Gone back to tanky than I remember. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's more the fact that they're hard to hit. Yeah, apologies about the lag. There seems to be a little bit of lag. It was a long 200 years. It was indeed. It was indeed. But GG's, man. It's been a really good series so far. Human Boy has made the games close, but alas, does find himself 2-0 down so far. Still plenty of time for a comeback, though. I've seen many reverse sweeps. We once had, it was Alfredino versus Vicious Satsuma on the channel, and it's probably the best of 7 I've ever cast. It was insane. It was so good. What's up, Sebastian? The War went home without a football. They did indeed, unfortunately. They did indeed. Yes, yes. I feel like Hubby needed some Wolf Riders. Wolf Riders would be nice there as well to push into the back line. Yo, man, love your content, especially the Lizard focus. Thank you so much, Sherm TV. Glad you enjoy, man. I've been tempted to do more of them, but with Warhammer 3 so close, I don't know if it's worth doing army guides and stuff. Or I just wait and then do them with, like, the Warhammer 3 stuff as it comes out. I don't know. I'm kind of debating. I'm debating. I'll be debating. Yorkshire is excellent. I'm moving straight back after I finish my degree. Nice, man. Where are you doing? Where are you studying, Ice? Where are you studying at the moment? Yes, GG's indeed. Wicked D! What's up, champ? Hope it's going all good, man. You having your friends arrive in the next hour or two for a fine pit out back and some beer and food, man. Honestly, I'm jealous, dude. It sounds so nice. Sounds so good. Yeah, the Blackhawks did well killing some zombie boys. Weren't enough, unfortunately, to really make a dent in the army. Blaymore says GG indeed. You gotta prep for Crab Rush 2, yeah. Hence the Blackhawks. Human Boy, I actually really like your build. I really like the build. The Daka line can certainly do some nice work. Army guides would be awesome. Yeah, I'm really tempted. It's just, I don't know if it's worth doing it in Warhammer 2. I don't know if it like would be a waste of time and not many people would use it. Maybe they would. Maybe they would. I don't know. I'm contemplating it. I'm probably my next biggish video. I'm still going to do obviously all the standard videos. It's probably going to be on is Age of Sigma Total War Warhammer like coming? Or Total War Age of Sigma? Is it like a thing? Is it coming? Is it something that I'm expecting in the future, or is it something I'm not? I'm not going to spoil anything, so I'm going to say it for the video, of course, but I'm going to be looking pretty in-depth into it. For like a 10-minute like breakdown video. Or winch, I'm going to sit around the fire on my days off. Man, oh, it's the dream. The dream. You're calling 4-2 for Gromby. So now I've got to drop 2. That said, Human Boy Skaven, my favourite, so always have your back. Man, it looks like Human Boy's saving his Skaven at the moment, and he's actually going Vampire Count, so secretly, he doesn't want people to know this. He's actually a Vampire Count main disguised as a Skaven main, I'm pretty sure. It looks like Grombrindal is going to pick Tomb Kings, Ban, Dowie, and Empire. Human Boy, you're going to be going with the Vampire Count. So we don't quite have the Vampire Count mirror match, but we do have, you know, bone-on-bone violence on the bone zone of Pillar of Bone. So come on, what's not to love? I can have some glorious water there. And I'm back. I'm back. They went over football just like the English national team. Dog. I know where you're from, dog, but in England, we don't speak of such events. We don't speak of these events. They didn't happen. I don't know what you're talking about. We don't, you know, oh, you'd get a witch hunter turn up at your house for suggesting anything to do with football here and any, you know, Euros or World Cup stuff. We don't discuss. We don't discuss, okay? I actually really enjoyed the football. Me and my housemates watched like a load of games, and Italy was one of my... Oh my god, I never got my prize for that. We did a sweepstake, and I won with Italy, and I never got my prize. No. I had Italy as like my sweepstake team. So I had Italy and Denmark, I think. So I was like rooting for them the entire way through. I was like, oh, they're against England, are they? Well, you know, I would like my prize. There goes the VC Mirror. Yeah, no chance for VC Mirror. Sorry, lads. Sorry. Dowie is a good ban for the Tomb Kings, 100%. It's not impossible for Tomb Kings. You can go like a load of Chariots and a load of Bow Shopty, but it's not nice. It's not nice. I'm not really into rugby, Matthew, so if we lost, I don't mind. I actually quite like the rugby I have watched is very limited. My housemate plays rugby. She's really awesome. She plays in like the women's like rugby league. So I've seen a few of her games live, which are really cool. And I've seen like New Zealand were always I've visited New Zealand. I got family out there when I was younger. I saw like a game out there, so like I liked New Zealand quite a bit. But you know, I'm not so big on the rugby as I am on the foosball. But anyway, let's get back to the battle. Sorry, I'm kind of going off on one while these players are loading in. You're a Brazilian ducky, that country that won every title possible, and somehow people only remember the 7-1 Germany gave us. I know, man. Brazil have always played like beautiful football. I think I've seen in my lifetime, you guys have done amazing in like my early years. In the later years, it's kind of dropped off a bit, obviously. For the forces of Grombrindal, he does have a load of skeleton spearmen in the front, so looking to bump and grind as much as possible. King Nakesha Scorpion Legion on the right-hand side. We do have some warriors in the back as well, just mixing up with the Nekahara warriors. We have the Kepler Guard as well, the Regiment Renowned, always good to pick. And we have our favourite boy, the Big Sphinx. Now, the Big Sphinx is actually really powerful. I quite like him in quite a few matchups now, particularly against Beastmen, actually, to deal with Torx the Brass Bull and stuff. But we have the big old Sphinx, the Regiment Renowned. His main job today going to be babysitting this unit of Ushopti. We have Cetra the Imperishable on the chariot. Hell yeah, it's been a while, bud. We got a Necrotech down on the ground, but look at Cetra just straight swagging. Look at this man, the power pose. He is just putting down the laying down the smack on his opponents. Blessed Blade of Batra, Wrath of Batra, Incantation, Desiccation, Protection, Curse Blades, the lot. For the Vampire Counts, we have the Die Pack as well as the Die Wolves hidden in the trees. Lovely, love that sneaky little Vanguard play. Load of zombies in the front, backed up by a load of skeleton warriors, so we are going to have skeleton on skeleton violence, including the Sternsman. Wonder who wins, Sternsman or Kepagard? That'd be a fun fight. With the White King, we have a Necromancer, we have a Blood Dragon Vampire Lord popping an early gaze in the gash after Cetra, but Grombrindal with the quick thinking pulls back into the trees and is just about able enough to mitigate the worst of the damage, and in fact, the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord miscast that and took considerable damage. He is coming in with, you know, Helmet Discord, Raised Dead, Gaze in the Gash, Invocation Heck, all the standard stuff. Got Fell Bats, and it looks like Black Knights. That's just Black Knights. We have one unit of Blood Knights in the distance, one unit of Blood Knights. Cool, I really like the Blood Knights. You can see the wolves have like a move, like they're edging closer. They're like, is it our time yet? Is it our time? They're getting ready to jump, and they're trying to like force their way through this gap. Unfortunately for them, they're up against troops which don't run away, so they've got to kill the Ushopti. However, the die pack are anti-large, so they're going to be able to do this very, very quickly, and they're basically unbreakable themselves with the crumbling. So there's a good chance they will be able to actually get the Ushopti here, or at least stop them shooting for a considerable amount of time, and allow the, the big elements like the dragon to come in relatively unimpeded, and then he can start hunting down the Ushopti himself. We have Felbat starting in the back. Black Knights as well as Blood Knights are trying to find homes, but they're finding it a little bit rough at the moment. And the Blood Dragon is going straight after that Cetra booty. Helmet Discord goes down. Cetra, you need to run, my friend. Run! Run! But in comes the Sphinx, and Cetra goes, no! I bow to no petty false king from the north. He is going to turn and fight back. The Sphinx comes in with Helmet Discord, though. They're struggling to connect, and Cetra takes considerable damage, and the Blood Knights storm the gates, looking to overrun the Sphinx and surround Cetra, buying time for the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord to escape. Now, Skeleton Warriors push forward, zombies push forward, Necromancer, everything is going for glory right now. Ushopti were saved. They were able to stabilize in the trees here. The Black Knights looking to find an opportunity to apply a bit of pressure to them, and the Blood Knights are just going, bam, getting slapped right now from the gigantic Sphinx. Big Breath Attack does come in. Cetra, though, has been quite lucky so far and able to survive the majority of the sniping potential, and it looks like the Blood Knights might actually just straight up go down here. And the Sphinx is going to be a big, big problem for the Vampire Count forces. Now, the Felbats, they're hounding, they're harassing, they're trying to poke the Ushopti in their eyes and rip out whatever innards they may have left in their corpses. But it's not going too good. The Ushopti have been supported right now by the Kepra Guard, who did a fantastic job carving them to pieces. Black Knights are going to lance in as well, and it does look like the big old dragon trying to commit to, once again, assassinating Cetra the Imperishable. Unfortunately for him, this Sphinx is here, and the Sphinx is working as a beautiful bodyguard. Incantation Protection goes down, which does force Human Boy to reconsider his life options and fall back with the dragon. Maybe also start hitting the front a bit more, but it does look like Cetra's kind of abandoned his bodyguard here. Oh my god! The 360 no-scope! You know that one's going to be going in a Call of Duty montage later that the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord will be uploading to YouTube as he hits Cetra in the back. The White King trying to finish it off, but the dragon from the skies comes down. There is no running. You may not serve me, but you can certainly die for me. And it looks like the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord slaps him up, and it's going to be able to fall back past the Sternsman. Lovely play there by Human Boy. Definitely needs to get an invocation and heck down on the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord and keep him nice and topped up, because he is having a fantastic time so far. Direwolves have been able to pull back a lot of warriors and King Laketch's Scorpion Legion. This has allowed the Vampire Counts to crump the front, and the Ushopti are really running out of friends. I mean, the dragon can kind of come over here and harass them. He does need to shut them down because they're a big threat to the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord, who is now getting healed up, which is really good play here, coming in by Human Boy, realizing, hey, I'm the main man right now. I'm needed in the late game, and we are going to see a lovely breath attack come down on all of this infantry. Look at the roasting. That's going to support the Sternsman rather nicely here. The Sphinx, though, is still a problem. This game certainly isn't over despite the assassination on Cetra. There's a load of reinforcements coming in for the Tomb Kings, and the big Sphinx is just super freaking scary. Ushopti are getting finished off, though. We've got Black Knights in here swarming, doing a decent job, though. The Kepra Guard are having a whale of a time, up to 106 kills, and they've only lost one man, which is honestly quite ridiculous. So Warriors are coming back, as are the King Lakesh's. Direwolves are trying to stream into the gaps, probably want to surround the Necrotect and help bring it down. The Ushopti are getting danger low, though the Sphinx is nearby, and those Knights need to be careful. They certainly aren't able to duel such a powerful foe, and the Dragon needs to be careful because the Ushopti summon is about to come in. He tries to snipe the Necrotect, which is really good play. He now needs to run to the Sternsman, and look at the Sphinx on his bootay. We do have the Helmet Discord going down, which is quite fortunate, and the Sternsman do push in to pin in the Sphinx and allow that dragon once again to get up into the sky, which is really nice. He can certainly fly over, though, and drop that Helmet Discord down on his opponents, or hunt down the Skeleton Spearman on the flanks. Just, you know, win the fight where you possibly can. Very close game so far. The Ushopti have finally gone down. We still have the Summon Ushopti here. What is going to kill the Sphinx? That's the big one. I mean, the dragon cycle charge effectively can do. That Sphinx, though, hits so hard. It hits really hard against large targets. So the Blood Dragon wants to be pretty much up to his healing cap before it commits to a fight like this. Otherwise, it could be very scary. It looks like the Black Knights are going to be retreating. We are going to get a big fat breath attack go down on the Sphinx, do some lovely damage, but we get the restore. Very snappy. Grombrindal always has a trap card in his back pocket. And okay, you do a load of damage to my Sphinx. I'm just going to heal it. You've left the Necrotech alive, and the White King's trying his best to kill the Necrotech. Now, White King can do some decent work against the Sphinx as well. He still punches hard. He is a hero. The Black Knights are kind of just swarming on the periphery right now. Some rear attacks into the front line would be quite nice. We do get a big fat invocation heck go down on the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord, and he's considering charging in, trying to save the Necromancer. White King is killing the Necrotech, who's really suffering quite badly now. An 86 Stearnsman certainly is a problem. Dragon does land, and I think it's going to be a bit of a trade here, maybe. The Necromancer for the Necrotech. No, the Sphinx actually gives up on the Necromancer, and likewise, the Dragon decides, you know what, I don't really want to kill this Necrotech right now. At least not when these Shopti Summoner here, and I think when these Shopti do go down, balance of power will slightly be favor of the Vampire Counts, but boy, oh boy, is this a close scrap. This is insane. Direwolves and Black Knights need to come back into the fray. Kepra Guard are so healthy. They are so healthy. Can anything kill the Sphinx? I think the Dragon's going to have to start risking it a little bit and to start getting some damage, but rather wisely, he is going off that Necrotech first. Get rid of the healing. It's the old classic, they either got Cold Franz and a Life Caster. Let's kill the Life Caster before we attack France. The Dragon is being hunted right now. He's currently on 2,500 HP, and he does get in the air, avoiding that hit. Necrotech is incredibly low and probably will start to crumble here. Black Knights are struggling, and it does look like a lot of the infantry is starting to wane a little bit thin for both sides, but particularly the Vampire Counts. Where are the Stearnsmen? Are the Stearnsmen still healthy? Big Gaze Nagash in the back of the Sphinx, but doesn't really do much damage. Where are the Stearnsmen? I know you were in here. 79 models. Okay, there's still a decent amount of them. We do get a Helmet Discord coming out. The Helmet Discord's pretty huge, nuking the stats, and we'll see how quickly the Sphinx does go down here. It's fighting a lot, and it's getting messed up, because look how many units are swarming it. It can't actually get its hits off. It's trying to rotate around, but the White King is standing firm in front of the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord. I shall protect you, my liege lord, with my life. And the Sphinx does start to get some pretty big hits in. And despite all the buffs, the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord is not having a good time up against that Sphinx. It's just so powerful. It is very expensive, though. It's not like OP or anything. Blood Dragon is going to fall back once again to try to get into the sky. We do have some of the more abilities from the White King coming down, doing some decent damage there to a lot of the chaff. And it's a bit of a chaff off. The Stearnsmen do seem to be losing, unfortunately, though the White King is relatively healthy. And the Blood Dragon has once again got back up into the sky. Once again, apologies for the lag, guys. I think I've had both these guys on live stream before and it's been fine. They might just be connecting with each other, but it seems to spike and then kind of disappear, which is, not too bad. Sphinx's biggest weakness right now would be crumbling, of course, and the lack of leadership, because the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord can continue to cycle charge without their leader on the battlefield, of course. The Tomb Kings are starting to struggle a little bit more leadership-wise than the Vampire Counts. Man, this looks so freaking epic, this game. I know it's slowed down now, a bit of lag, which kind of sucks, but hey, at least we can admire the bone-on-bone violence here, as the Stearnsmen try their best. Just regenerating units versus regenerating units. Honestly, better than a Vampire Count mirror match. Come on, Kepra Guard versus the Stearnsmen. You love to see it. Now, the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord is probably going to play it a little risky. Like, what I would do is, kind of just hit the flanks where the Sphinx isn't, and then if Grombrindal wants to bring the Sphinx over, you just get back up into the skies again and hit the other flank, and you slowly grind down your enemy, and then allow the Stearnsman and White King to help deal with the Sphinx in the later stages of the game. Looks like this guy's saying good luck, have fun. Balance power for the first time is moving now quite heavily in favor of the Vampire Counts. Blood Dragon Vampire Lord up to 73 kills. Sphinx is going after that Necromancer, which is a really good target. He needs to start taking out these single entities. The chaff's not really the problem here. Kill the Necromancer, kill the White King. Now, the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord does dive down onto the Skeleton Spearman. Looks like it should be enough to break them. Sphinx does turn around, though, and dragons are notoriously bad at getting off the ground. So, I don't know if this is going to go too well. Sphinx, a big slash in the face. Blood Dragon Vampire Lord takes the hit down to just 1,000 HP. He needs to get out of there. This is way, way too risky. White King is attempting, once again, to protect his Liege Lord, and it looks like it may indeed work. He is so close to going down here. 900. Oh, no, back up to 1,000 HP. Looks like he is healing a little bit there from the Necromancer. Whenever zombies summon come down, it does look like the Kepra Guard will be biting the bullet. Sphinx, though, isn't out of this fight just yet. It's slapping up the Necromancer and down the Necromancer goes. That's really going to help out in the infantry fight. The White King's still a problem, though. The White King's poking. He's having a good time. All day long, he's been attacking the Sphinx and slowly dragging it down. Now, the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord probably just should not land anymore. Just float over, drop Helm of Discord when you can, support the ground troops, and only when you have to engage do you come down. The Sphinx can't heal. You can heal. Although, not much. You are very near your healing cap. Sternsman, 59 models left, are easily defeating the Kepler Guard now in combat, particularly with the help of that zombie summon. 311 kills, though, on the Kepler Guard. Insane, but 235 on the Sternsman. Looks like the infantry for the Tomb Kings is just about to go down, so it will be the Sphinx versus the world, and it looks like the White King is the next target here for Grombrindal, and that is certainly a good target. We do see a Helm of Discord go down. Really good to nuke the stats. There's no need to engage here, though. The Blood Dragon Vampire Lord should just vibe up above the opponents. He definitely should be encompassing the Sphinx with this, though, and just allow the White King to hit a little bit more. And it looks like Human Boy Yes Yes is going to get his first victory of this Best of 7 series, and the Sphinx shall most likely be going down here. I still wouldn't even engage with the Blood Dragon Vampire. I'd be too much of a scaredy cat. I mean, 1000 HP is a lot, but the Sphinx can kill that in like 2 hits. It's really scary. But with the Sterns left alive, there's 48 of them. The White King's very healthy. I think you can just grind down the Sphinx here. You can just grind it down. Blood Dragon Vampire Lord, just save up your Helm of Discords, save up your magic. It looks like the Sphinx is starting to rally, though, so it stopped crumbling, which is problematic. And in comes the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord. Sword of Anti-Heroes does go down. Heart Piercer is active as well. Is it gonna... Oh my god, it nearly backfired. It took a big hit, but just about survived. And the Sphinx doth crumble. Oh hell yeah. Oh hell yeah. What a scrap. And we have a series on our hands, boys. It is now 2-1. Human Boy striking back, and he still has his favorite Skaven. This could certainly be one of those matchups which goes all the way, which I certainly hope so. Well played to both of them. Chad Forgrim, you tried your best, bud. 555 damage value. What a recovery from losing Cetra, still making it so close despite the early snipe there on his Liege Lord. Skeleton Spearman did okay across the board. 108 kills and 666 damage value. Looks like these guys were supporting the devils of the undeathly legions. Kinder Catchers did okay. Kepler Guard, though, 2.1k damage value up against the 1.6 of the Sternsman. Pitting in their place, getting more kills, 326 against 243, but losing the war. Ushopti, 1.4 damage value. The Sphinx, oh my god. 69 kills, but 4,697 damage value, nearly 15k damage dealt. Sphinx just yelling, get off me all day, and he did so much work, my god. Human Boy, yes, though, what a game. 5,476 damage value on his Lord. Sphinx, eat your heart out. 80 kills. What a Chad. What a champ. What an MVP. White King as well. 1.2k damage value. Just chipping out Sphinx. Chipping at it all day, and it was certainly needed. Lovely play keeping the Necromancer alive as long as possible. That was bonkers. That was honestly bonkers. I'm just seeing if there's any like standout damage value. Cavalry really suffered, unfortunately. 2.4k, 4.3, no, 240 damage value. Sorry, not k. 440, no, 400 and 430 damage value. There we go. Nobody didn't do too much. Nice thrust on the back line though to shut down the Ushopti, realizing that they were the biggest threat to the Blood Dragon Vampire Lord. GG, well played. Mental game. That was insane. That was insane. So up next, let's do Schwosthafen. Map is set. Cool. Let's upgrade the scoreboard. That is 2-1 to Grombrindal, but Human Boy punching back here in this Best of 7 series. Human Boy, bring the Skaven, bringing the big guns. He's got his confidence up now, his hype, and he's like, you know what, I'm picking my boys, picking the Skaven. I want to get momentum in this. I want to crush this game and put my opponent onto the back foot. Who is he going to ban? He bans the Warriors of Chaos and the Wood Elves. 2 relatively solid bans, in my little humble duck opinion. I have to see what Grombrindal picks here. We'll have to wait and see. Soloed the Tomb King army? Indeed. Like, the Sphinx was trying to solo the Vampire Count army, and the Blood Dragon Vampire was like, no, sit down. That is my job, and he was the one in the end to really bring it home. He brought it home indeed. Takes headshot off the charity and it's a Tomb King win, I'd say. I mean, it depends if you could have... Yeah, pin on the kitty cat. Isn't the kitty cat cheaper, actually? If he's on that, I think it probably would have gone a bit better. But hey, that's a lot of, you know, hindsight stuff. Tomb Kings need a buff. Tomb Kings are actually pretty good, Lorenzo. I do think they need a bit, like, you know, some more stuff, which would be nice. Like another FLC or DLC or stuff. They're not as bad, I don't think, as most people say. They're still not, like, the best. I'm agreeing with you. They're not, like, amazing. But I don't think they're, like, garbage either. Have to lose a couple to Gromby. It's polite. Exactly right. He's built up his... He's like, I'll give you a couple of wins, then we'll get going. I wish I could play this on PlayStation, says Luke Gray. There used to be a few kind of RTS games on PlayStation. I remember Age of Empires 2 was on PlayStation. That's how I first ever played it. But it's so hard to do without a keyboard or mouse. It's really hard to play. I think campaign and stuff would be possible. I think it'd be possible. Considering the effort the US always make to improve football, it's kind of surprising you guys never had a competitive team. Yeah, I feel like in America, like American football is kind of like their big thing, right? I know that football's getting more and more popular over there, though. Yeah, the war key is 100 gold cheaper. I wish high off martial prowess was fixed. I don't think it's bugged or anything. I don't think it's a particularly good faction trait, but like... There's a few of those, right? Like, the Lizardman's like the Rampage trait. It's like, oh, it's a debuff, really, more than anything. Although, in some cases, it's a buff. It kind of depends how you look at it. It depends on the unit, I would argue. But then you kind of got Cold-Blooded as one of their traits. But, yeah, it'd be cool to, I think, have Martial Prowess reworked for sure. Lizardmen don't need anything better or worse, but maybe just something a little bit more flary would be nice to kind of match, you know, Murderous Prowess. Yeah, and these kind of like faction traits. But I think the faction traits are only going to get more and more kind of crazy into Total Warhammer 3, personally. I cannot express how excited I am for the new game. I can't wait to get my hands on that bad boy. It's going to be... I'm going to do so much content. It's going to be crazy. I'm going to go quite ham for Warhammer 3, particularly at the start. And then we'll see where we kind of lay after that, right? It looks like Grombrindal's going to be going Norska. Maybe Norska versus Skaven boys. Should be a good fun one. Oh my god, bacon-wrapped scallops? Oh, wicked. That sounds dope. That sounds so good. Norska vs. Skaven's a fun one. Like, Norska have the potential to drive through so many Skaven. But at the same time, I mean, I honestly wonder what, like, a Clan Eshin build would do here for Skaven. I feel like Clan Eshin might be okay. Feel like have fun. Awesome. Let's get this crack-a-lacking. Let's get it started in here. Let them fight, says Jacob. Let them fight. It's the worst faction mechanic in the game, you think? Possibly. Possibly. I'm trying to think if there's any worse faction mechanics. There's ones I like less, but I wouldn't say they're as detrimental to the faction. High Elves still can be really good, like in competitive play, but the tactics you have to use are normally considered pretty cheese. Like, they're still very good at, like, Mass Kite and, like, Single Entity Healing, and that's about it, unfortunately. Oh, wicked. I need to, like, come around your house and have you cook. It sounds so good. It sounds so good. It is a little bit of a way, though. You're slightly far away from me, unfortunately. You're betting on a Tretch? Larry the Mad. If we get Tretch, I'll be a happy ducky. I'll be a very happy ducky. It would be pretty damn crazy, I think, if we got Tretch. It is possible, though. It is possible. Let's have a little sip of our drink while we wait, just so I don't lose my voice. We have a lot of live streams coming up, guys. Well, tournament live stream Friday, Monday, I think Tuesday, Thursday, then Thursday again. Like, yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming up, which I'm pretty excited for. You guys aren't in my Discord for whatever reason. We're doing a very big tournament called the Champion of Renown. It's an Ultra Funds tournament where you have to bring at least 3 regiments of Renown. It's going to be absolutely insane. It's going to mix up the meta, hopefully, because all the armies will be quite a bit more elite. and there's $1,200 on the line, which has been lovely donated, actually. It's the guy whose idea was the tournament, and yeah, I'm so excited for it. It's going to be kind of wild. But anyway, back to the battle. So Grombrindal going for the old traditional rush. It's kind of the only way you can play Norsca, if I'm being perfectly honest. We have triple skin wolves with triple Norscan warhounds on this left-hand side. No armored skin wolves, sadly. Oh, we do! Yes! Chad! What a Chad! We have the Maws of Savagery. I love the armored skin wolves. They just look so much cooler than the regular ones. They look really ferocious, so they're getting ready to rumble. We then have a load of Marauded Berserkers and Marauders dotted all the way along the battle line. And what is it for the leadership? We have Wolfric the Wanderer, which is pretty standard stuff. No Uhtred of Bebbanburg today, unfortunately. So we have Uhtred, and we have a Wolfric, sorry, not Uhtred, and then we have a Shaman Sorcerer of Fire with Burning Head and Fireball. Cool stuff. For the forces of Ziskevon, we do indeed have a load of Skaven Slaves, dotted all the way along. We have double Poison Wing Globadiers in the center. We then have double Warp Lightning Cannons backing them up. More Skaven Slaves just behind them. And then we have triple Wolf Rats of Poison in one side with Fraught to the Unclean. On the other side, we have double Rat Ogres and a Plague Priest. So the reason he's deploying like this is just in case his opponent goes for those Vanguard plays with the Hounds and stuff. He wants to jump them as quickly as possible because his Warp Lightning Cannons and his Poison Wing Globadiers are so important to his build, he has to keep them alive. So I like this precaution right here. Fraught the Unclean is a Lord we don't get to see that often anymore, which kind of sucks, as he was very popular when he first came out. He comes in with the Beast Pack. He has Creature Killer, Remolded, and a Master Controller. He looks very cool as well. His model is very, very badass. And what does the Plague Priest have? I'm assuming just all the summons. Have a teeny little look. He's coming in with Vermintide. We have Pestilent Breath and Pestilent Birth, which is kind of cool. Pretty standard stuff. Looking forward to it. Taking the high ground here. Looking pretty good. Going to be a good time, and your boys are going to admin that and keep it on lock. Yeah, Wicked D's rather kindly is going to be one of the referees to help admin and stuff for the tournament. So it's going to be insane. It's going to be insane. Blood for the Blood God, indeed, indeed. No skirmishers, mad rush build. Yeah, skirmishers for the weak, rushes for the strong. Don't you forget it. Don't you forget it. Marauders take a bit of a pound in there, but they love it. They're just like, nom 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 nom. Give me the Warp Lightning Cannon. It shall only fuel our rage. Lovely bit of juking as well by Grombrindal. As you'd expect, really good micro player. Wolfric the Wanderer is going to be bouncing back and forth, dodging shots all day, but he doesn't slip up, and the Shaman Sorcerer takes one to the dome. Human Boy switching his targets, which is really good play, honestly. Like, always bounce between different targets to stress your opponent's micro. It does look like the Wolf Rats and Fraught the Unclean are like, hey, yeah, there's no one in this corner now, so we're just simply going to fall back and vibe with the main army now, which is certainly the way to play this. Double Warp Lightning Cannon, man, I haven't seen this in so long. They unfortunately do, let's say they clip the Shaman Sorcerer, but no huge damage this time. And it looks like we may be losing the castle early on for the Norscans, which is a bit of a disaster because the Burning Head would have been so nice on the front line to clear out the chaff that bit quicker, or at least apply pressure to the Poison Wing Globadiers. But he's running for his life, which means he can no longer juke. Warp Lightning Cannon is going to focus in and connect pretty well down to 1000 HP. He's just about clinging on for now. Looks like the Warp Lightning Cannon crew have switched targets to the Maws of Savagery. Going to be unleashing some deadly salvos, and one of my poor old doggos here is going to be going down, face down in the dirt, not having a good time whatsoever. All the Norscan Warhounds, as well as the Maws of Savagery, do a big flank overload, trying to push in. Now, there's counter play, obviously, by the Rat Ogres and the Wolf Rats, so it's going to get messy very, very quickly. Marauded Berserkers are trying to push through. Lovely, some of the Clan Rats is slowing down some units, but it's only the basic Marauders. The others are all starting to catch now and start to drive into the back line. This left-hand fight's pretty important. It looks like it's going very heavily in favor of the Skaven. Rat Ogre summon does come down. The Skin Wolves have been pinned in place, and a lot of them are just being forced off right now. Fraught the Unclean is popping Creature Killer on the Rat Ogres, increasing their bonus versus large by 16, which is so nice. And the Skin Wolves have just been put in their place. They've been absolutely slaughtered right now. Elsewhere along the battle line, Vikings are trying to beat back the Skaven Tides, but the Poison Wing Globadiers just going, yes, yes, kill, kill! And just launching shots over the heads of their slaves onto the Berserkers, getting some pretty wild value. Shaman Sorcerer miscast, which he can't really afford because he is so low HP right now. Let's get a nice burning head there on the Wolf Rats. We're going to boat come down the line. And we also get 100 champions go down on the Plague Priest, who's attempting to duel Wolfric the Wanderer. I don't think that's going to go too well for you, buddy, but Frot the Unclean bounds forward, trying to aid his buddy. And with that anti-large, can really do a number on Wolfric the Wanderer, who's now fighting 2v1. Poison Globadiers are having to fall back slightly. Flank overload on the right-hand side is applying decent pressure from the Norse guns, but it looks like Human Boy is just in the driving seat right now. After the first two games where he got rocked back against the ropes, he swung back with a left, and now he's swinging back with a right, going straight for that gut shot, and it's looking really promising for the forces of Skaven. I mean, he's held the line. He's forced back the majority of the Marauders. Berserkers are finally starting to get into the back line and start just going chop, 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 chop through the Poison Globadiers, trying to finish them off as quickly as possible. There is more Skaven slaves, though, to pin them in place, plus Rat Ogres, and the Norscans are just legging it on all fronts. On the left-hand side, the Brutes of the Hound, the Regiment Berserkers, who are unbreakable, one of the coolest units for the Norscans. They're doing a fine job. You can see they are surrounded right now by Skaven slaves, but they will easily carve their way through them. Already up to 24 kills there. On the other flank, this was kind of where it was important for the Norscans to break through with all the heavy hitters. All his units committed to fight a little bit early, without the support of the ground forces, and they really paid the price with that Frot the Unclean play. Coming with the summon, pin them in place, and the Skinwolves are getting butchered right now. Rat Ogres get really molded, increasing their melee attack and giving them an extra 1.1k HP is massive. Wolf of the Wanderer going in for the, the Hail Mary. If you're losing a battle, just try to kill your enemy Lord and Prey. And he's going in, he's doing some decent work. Frot the Unclean simply going to fall back, though, behind a wall of clan rats and allow the Warp Lightning Cannons to dish out the pain. His Poison Globadiers are both online as well. You can see the Brutes of the Hound, as well as some more Berserkers are starting to force their way in. Unfortunately for them, they're going to be getting met here by some Rat Ogres who are clashing into them. They charge forward heroically for Valhalla. Unfortunately, they're going to be meeting Valhalla rather quickly, as the Berserkers do get out of control into a blood rage, looking to drag down the enemy. On the left-hand side, Skinwolves are pushing forward. Wolf of the Wanderer is saved by a hill, and the Warp Lightning Cannon struggling to actually connect with him. Is there a fight back? Is it possible? Wolf of the Wanderer certainly thinks so, and he's driving his men hard after this Plague Priest, looking to try to drag it down, but a Scrying Stone comes in, and finally the Warp Lightning Cannons do start to connect some of their shots, and Wolfric, he can swear in all the languages he wants to taunt his enemy. It's not going to matter, as the Skavens simply laugh, yes, yes, and slaughter their opponents. Human Boy, it's always good to win on home turf. I love winning with the Lizard Men. It's like your main faction. It's known to be your main faction. You can't lose with it. Human Boy did that just now, the Skaven. And this best of 7 series is back, baby. 2-all. What a scrap back here by Human Boy. Playing really well with his beloved Skaven. Frot the Unclean, 560 damage value. 800 on the Plague Priest. Lovely usage, though, of the summons at the right time. Skaven slaves are okay. I mean, they're spawned to die. It's kind of what they're all about. And the Poison Globadiers, 61 and 53 kills, 1.1k damage value, and 638 is awesome. Wolf Rats did a pretty decent job, just, hounding and harassing. Likewise, the Raugers, just pinning in the enemy to buy time for the Poison Globadiers, as well as the Warp Lightning Cannons. 1.3k and 1.9 on them. Really lovely work there by Human Boy. Almost using Grombrindal's own kind of tricks against him, bringing those couple of hard-hitting artillery pieces like he did with the Dwarves and the Cannons. But, like, no, not today, and flipping it on him. And doing some lovely work. Grombrindal going for the old rush tactic. 1.6k damage value on Wolf of the Wanderer is nice. The Shaman Sorcerer, unfortunately, not doing the most, getting sniped out in the early stages, despite some good micro from Grombrindal. And everywhere else, look at the kills, big kills, but then look at the damage value, really low numbers. 124, 53, 120, and 92 kills, but the damage value just was not there. The Norscan Warhounds, as well as the Skinwolves, just really suffered, unfortunately. Kind of mid to low hundreds, damage value-wise, is quite a poor investment and return from the Skinwolves. Up next, we'll be doing River Maxon. Did you well played? River Maxon. Here's the map. It looks like Human Boy is going to be going. Huh? Oh, he's looking to figure out roughly what they've played and what they haven't played. That's cool. At some point, the whole formation broke down for me, and I started to flee the fight. Yeah, it's evened up for sure. The Human Boy has used Greenskins, Vampire Counts, High Elf Skaven, and yes, and Grombrindal's used Norsko, Tomb Kings, IVP. Awesome stuff. So let's update the scoreboard quickly, and I'll come chill out with you guys a little bit. Boop. 2-all. 2-all. A sip of our drink as well. GG, yes, yeah. I'm sure you enjoyed that one way more as a classy Skaven player yourself. Though I must admit, my favourite Bowmore replays are definitely the Wood Elf ones. There is some wild micro going on with Bowmore when he plays Wood Elves. GG's indeed. Poor Norska, man. He should have brought more Frostworms. Hey, Frostworms are swaggy. Yeah, I see. Yeah, I agree. I feel like Frot is actually pretty good in this matchup still. I still think it's pretty good. Even if it's a loss, still happy to see my Angry Boys. Exactly. It's still cool to see Norska in action, right? You guys are enjoying the stream, by the way. Feel free to leave a like and all that good stuff, and feel free to subscribe. We hit a pretty big milestone, 7k, which is nice. We've slowed down a little bit, of course, on the way while we're kind of waiting for Warhammer 3, but we're going to be going pretty hard when that does drop out, and it'd be cool to have you guys along for the ride. But I hope you guys have been enjoying the stream so far. It's been some pretty awesome games, not gonna lie. It's gonna be hard to top the Vampire Count Tomb King game, though. That was just wild. Just two titans carrying their respective armies into battle and trying to pull through. Yes. Free pick, yes. 3 games left. We are going on the way, 1 ban. Still same pick and ban. Till final game. Still gonna be the same. Bowmore, his name is More Bows. Seeing him play as no bow whatever is pretty silly. He often does that as well. I thought you missed it. No, you real human being, you have made it. You have made it in time. It has been pretty crazy games so far. Let's check Discord, because we do have a message. Shinjetsu has messaged me. I think, I'm assuming you're in live chat as well. He said, I was wondering who your favorite Chaos Lord was before and after unit reveals. It's probably going to be the... Oh, my favorite Chaos... Well, beforehand, right, it was always going to be Fleetweaver, because he's a giant duck. But I must admit, the Nurgle guy looks amazing. He looks so happy. He looks so happy and ready for action. What you got left in your old man, says Human Boy. The boy challenging the older veteran there. Oh no. Well, High Elves played already? Yes, Phoenix King. Grombrindal has played High Elves... No. Human Boy has played High Elves once. If Grombrindal plays High Elves, it will most likely be Alfar in the Grim. He does like them. Hey Ducky, have you considered maximizing the cinematic smoothing camera option and activating the colored brushes whilst casting games? No, I haven't. I will look into that. I don't know what the cinematic smoothing camera does, but I will look into that. If you're talking about the colored brushes, I'm assuming that's just like the red, green, and blue ones where you can kind of mark stuff out. I'd consider using them. Would I use them? Maybe. Maybe if I was doing like some more analysis videos, for sure. I'll have a little look at the cinematic one. Just tell me what his army is, Real Human. Yes, Real Human and Human Boy, yes, are indeed the same person. They will tell you they're not the same person. They will argue about this to anyone, but they are indeed the exact same person. And they're both 100% humans and 100% not Skaven. Yeah, it was Phoenix King. It was Dwarves versus High Elves. Yeah, I still think it's a good matchup for High Elves, but it is certainly nowhere near as bad as it used to be. Like, a lot of Dwarf players have cottoned on to the meta, obviously, over time, and find ways to adapt and overcome it. So that happens to a lot of matchups, though, I must admit. Yeah, Dwarves versus High Elves is no longer super easy for High Elves. It's still a good matchup for them, but there's a lot of nastiness the Dwarf players can indeed do. So, it looks like Grombrindal goes Greenskins and bans Lizardmen and Empire, and we're seeing some Dark Elves. I'm not sure if Ice Power's still in chat, but if he is, hopefully this will heal him up a bit and cheer him up, and we'll get to see some Dark Elves in action. So, Greenskins versus Dark Elf. Certainly can be done. I do think Double Marathi and Manticore, oh no, Double Marathi be OP as hell, but Marathi Double Manticore is still really powerful here, and going quite heavy on the skirmish is also pretty decent. Like Scourge Runners, Dark Riders, just try to pin out those opponents. Yeah, you can use brushes in replays, Dragon, but you have to, I think, like, adjust it in your settings and stuff. Yeah, we can give it a go. We can give it a go. I'll try it first. So, tomorrow's cast is already out. But if I remember... where's my notes that I can write this down on? If I remember, I'll try on the cast afterwards. So you can see the difference on the replay. Not tomorrow's replay, it's already been done, but the one after. I'll try the cinematics smoothing. Write this down on a piece of paper quickly. Cinematics moving. Bam. I wonder if I have to reset that every time. So I don't know if this happens to any of you guys. If I take off like my blood settings and stuff, it will, next time I close the game and re-upload it, it'll reset the settings back to whatever they were like prior to me making changes. It's really weird. So when I did the event for Creative Assembly over on Twitch and we did the Teach Me Total War event, I wasn't allowed to have the blood pack on, obviously because they'd have to up the rating of the stream and so forth. So I was like, yeah, that's cool. So I turned it off for day one, no problems. And on day two, just because I was paranoid, I double checked it. And when I loaded up the game again, it had switched on, which could have been an absolute disaster. If, like, the first game starts, I'm like, oh, hey, yeah. And there's like, blood for the blood god, just blood spurting out of everyone. I'd be like, ah, no, panic, hide the screen. Hide the screen. Bring Coast. We have actually seen Coast brought once already so far by Human Boys. You'd have to have Grombrindal bring them, and I don't know if he has. I'm sad we haven't seen any Scarbrand gameplay. Yeah, I would like to... Oh, no, we did, didn't we? With Kislev? Way back when they did the kind of like campaign, like game mode thing, where you get allies in and stuff. I love the fact they're doing multiple game modes, by the way, for my player. That's... Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy they're doing the triple flag thing. Like this, like, domination mode. I'm so pumped. I think that's going to be massive. I know people are like a little worried about it. The way I'll most likely do, at least to start with, is that the domination mode will be in game 1 and 2 of the best of 3, and then the third game would be like a straight fight to the death. But I think I wasn't around for Shogun, but apparently that's what they did in Shogun was these, like, you know, you had these objectives and flags, you could fight to the death, but you could claim these objectives. And that was like the most popular multiplayer, I think, besides Total War. Yeah. You have the reversed Ducky VP was Grom? You have that reversed Ducky. Vampirates was Grombrindal? No, you're right. You're right. Yes. You're right. Human Boy was the one with the crazy bowline. Quack quack, right face! How's it going, absolute champ? How are you doing? Hope you're all good today. McRae Face, the legendary YouTuber himself. Last time you were speaking, you were working on a video. Hopefully it has been completed. I know it can be a tough grind on YouTube, particularly when you're starting out, so I do wish you all the best of luck. Here we are, River Amaxon, the map famous for having no river. I mean, it's down here, but it's just a dry bread right now. I mean, rivers in Lustria might be hard to come by. It's pretty hot out here. You do see, though, there's a waterfall in the distance, so maybe the water's just so crystal clear we can't actually see it. Really fun map. I know some people don't like it. I absolutely love it. We have trees on this left-hand side to you know, shadow your advancements. We have high grounds as well on this ridge. There's a lot more tactical options than your basic, hey, just open up defense. Crimea River Amaxon. Yes. Yes. Crimea River Amaxon. I love it. Right. Back to the game. So, Grombrindal's a little bit rocky now. He needs another win. It was 2-0 up, which was really fun for him. And now it's a 2-0, so what went wrong? Where he needs to try and think about it and counterpunch where possible. And it looks like he's settled upon the greenies. So we have Orc Boys spotted all the way along, including the 8 Peak Loons, backed up by Savage Orcs as well as Stone Trolls. I haven't seen Stone Trolls in quite some time. So triple Stone Trolls backed up with a load of Savage Orcs is quite a gruesome companions there. We do have double Night Goblin Archers in the back. Unfortunately, no Rusty Arrows there. We do have Grom the Paunch, the Dreaded, and a Giant Ritual Hag with Spirit Leech. So nice little power couple there. And then we have a Night Goblin Shaman in the front with Vindictive Glare. This feels like a pre-nerf greenskin build. It's very much like a classical greenskins. Load of Skirmish, Morgobs, Maging Marauders, Death Creepers, Forest Golem Spider Rider Archers, all that good stuff. For the forces here, over Human Boy, yes. We do have a double K-Knight Assassin on the ground. Double Manticore and Marathi up in the skies. Marathi, well-known ice power simp. and Mistress of Evil comes in with just Soul Stealer, as you'd expect. We do have double Scourge Runner Chariots. We have the Raven Heralds, really not bad in this matchup whatsoever. Very good character assassins, Dark Riders, and Dread Spears in the back. Pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool stuff. And there's a lot of single entity killing potential in this Dark Elf build. Will it better deal with all the infantry? I guess the hope is you kill the leaders and then the Manticores tear out the majority of the force. No Grimgore sad? No Malice? Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, guys. No Malice and no Grimgore. Maybe one day it's Marathi and Grom. It's the meta picks. But hey, these guys in a really close scrap, so I certainly do not blame them for picking these. Lovely Spirit Leech does go down on the Scourge Runner Chariots and have been driven out of town by the Morgul's Mage Marauders and their cohort of Skirmish Cavalry, and they can push forward relatively happily. I mean, there are Dark Riders nearby, so gotta be a tiny bit careful, particularly with the Ferromanticores and Marathi lurking up in the skies. The Greenskin Horde simply going to advance now. Once it connects with the Dark Elf battle line, it is just gonna, bam, crush it in a matter of seconds. But how much damage are they going to take on the approach? And that's the problem. A lovely, lovely Soul Stealer goes down there, catching all the Skirmish Cavalry. And if the Greenskins lose this Skirmish Cavalry, they are sitting ducks to the Scourge Runner Chariots, unfortunately. Double Assassin's going to try to jump on Grom. He doesn't even need Lucky Banner. He's just tanking it like a Chad. Stone Trolls in slow motion epic fashion are going to be moving forward towards the Assassins. They need to be a little bit careful themselves. They don't want to get pinged in and killed, which is certainly a possibility right now. The Raven Heralds are shooting in. The Assassins, again, their asses are whipped right now. You don't assassinate Grom. Grom assassinates you. With Orc Boys pushing forward, all of this is delaying the Greenskin advance, and Grom the Paunch does get hit by Web of Shadows, and he's taking quite a pounding right now. However, Manticore's rampaging is kind of getting his ass whooped upon. We have the double archers who can now reveal themselves. Surprise! And they just start shooting, and the Manticore's getting his ass beat. The Assassin's getting his ass beat. This turned into a really bad fight, but Grom the Paunch is now very low, and likewise is the Giant Ritual Hag. And the good news about Grom being so low here, Raven Heralds. Just pew, 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 pew all day. If Human Boy plays his cards right, Grom the Paunch should have zero chance of escaping here. He should be a dead Grom the Paunch. He easily has some ability to hunt him down. Apologies for the lag, guys. I know what it is. These guys, again, as I said, both played on the channel before and been absolutely fine. So it might just be their connection to each other, unfortunately. And it's coming in spikes. It's coming in spikes. It does look like the Glorious Stone Trolls are being forced back. The Manticore is looking pretty worse wear. Both Manticores have been traded, and it looks like both Assassins may get traded as well, but it's for Grom the Paunch and the Giant Ritual Hag, so it is a very, very good trade, I would argue, for the Dark Elf forces, and will certainly put them in the driving seat for this game. Soul Stealer is never beautiful. That one was. Catching 3 units is, it's rough. Marathi sims for Ice Power, not the other way around. Marathi definitely sims for Ice Power, trust me. I've seen her on Instagram. It's crazy. Yeah, it's gone PowerPoint. Lag indeed. Hopefully it clears up. I do not want this game to stop here, because it is looking pretty good for the Dark Elves. Likewise, they have lost both Manticores and an Assassin to kill Grom. If he isn't able to chase off Grom, then it looks good for the Greenskins, right? So cool. The messages are getting through, so hopefully it will clear up in a second. Someone's roommate is watching a special video. Yeah, I think so. I'm going to blame Logic for this one. He might actually be streaming as well. Oh, no, if he's out of the house right now. I don't think he's in the house. But, yeah, kind of sucks a bit of lag. It does happen, though, when you get players, you know, connecting from around the world and stuff. It does seem to be stabilizing between these two guys, though, luckily. And then it kind of works for, like, a good couple of minutes before we get another little lag spike. So, hopefully we'll be able to get through the game rather nicely. Both Manticores gone. Canine Assassin. Oh, maybe Manticores will come back, and there's still a Terror in the night, but is it worth... Is killed Grom pretty much guaranteed now, right, with the Raven Heralds? Grom should not be allowed to survive. If Grom survives this, it is on Hume Boy, I think. I don't think there's anything Grombrindal can do to actually bring him back. But losing double Manticore and probably both the Assassins just for Grom, will that be worth it? Only time will tell. Does look like Balance of Power does think so far. Balance of Power is in their favor. Grom the Paunch is getting Assassin's Trophy popped on him. Raffi could even dive down here, but she probably wants to kill the Stone Trolls and allow the Raven Heralds to kill Grom, but they have to kill Grom. There is no way Grom gets back into this. Marathi does instantly change path. Cool. Good news. I mean, Raven Heralds could get aggressive, and just kill the Rock Giant Ritual Hag. Go after the Rock Giant Ritual Hag, get it off the field, allow Marafi to chase down Grom, and the battle's looking pretty good. However, in the back, Grombrindal, ever the crafty one, hey, you're going to kill my lord, I'm going to kill your army. K9 Assassin's getting dragged down. The Scorch Runner chariots have been surrounded now by the Death Creepers. They're going to be getting slowed and poisoned and all this nastiness. And Forest Golem Spider Riders are chasing the others away as well. So though they've lost Grom the Paunch, I do not think it's game over whatsoever. We do have Night Goblin Archers trying to whittle down here the Raven Heralds, who are swooping over to kill the Giant Ritual Hag, which is a lovely pick, by the way. This is a lovely pick by Human Boy. He's doing all the right things. Chase down, kill the Greenskin leadership, and then you break their infantry by cycle charging them and just, bringing the terror and the pain with the Ferromanticles. K9 Assassin is running for its life right now, though it looks like the Morgos Mage Marauders are getting feasted upon by the Scourge Runners. Manticles are just such fast, mobile terror. They should be able to support where needed. Spearmen will be holding the infantry line down against the Orc Boys, but I don't think it's going to last for too long. Stone Trolls do just beat the living snot out of the Dark Rise, which is quite nice. And in the distance, we do have a dead Grom the Paunch, Marathi licking her lips at his death, and the Raven Heralds are popping shots into the Giant Ritual Hag, and that's a dead Giant Ritual. There's no way she can rally right now. Without magic and without a leader, it is certainly looking good for the Dark Elves. However, their infantry corps just died. The 8 big loonies are like, hey, just to remind you, we're still a very powerful unit. And they get 73 kills, and all the spearmen break from that and run. And the Scorch Runner chariots may get pinned and dragged down by Stone Trolls because there's not basically any ammunition left. Without Marafi to support them and bring down these debuffs, she's so far away from the main battlefield, things are going really badly in the main infantry fight. Raven Heralds will kill the Giant Ritual Hag, which is good news for them, and then they can come back and start sniping maybe the Goblin Great Shotman, but this Goblin Great Shotman has just found out he has a load of power now. He's the head of the war. He's the new leader. So he's going to be trying to rally the troops around him, support them where possible, and be like, hey, look, guys, I've got this. You know, that last guy, Grom, he's nothing compared to me. My name is Gobbo Gitsnick, and I know what I'm doing. The Scorch Runner chariots are being forced back now. All the spearmen just die. All the spearmen just died. The sub-unit of spearmen not doing too well. Assassin will be getting forced off the field. Scorch Runner chariots are basically out of ammunition, and that is still a big, scary green tide. Marathi is going to be finishing off the Death Creepers here, which is a nice little pickup by her. And the Raven Heralds are now returning back to the fray. Raven Heralds are such an underrated unit. I actually have a video about them coming out, I think, soon. So I'm sending a replay, which I've been considering casting a really good one with them. Greenskins are pouring on the fire now into the Red Spears, doing some good work. The Stone Trolls slowly going down, and this is going to be the problem for the Greenskins. Now that their leaders are dead, they're just going to be breaking consistently, and they're kind of having to spread out to chase off these units, but 10 Stone Trolls running. Over here we have 9 Stone Trolls running. It's just, it's so bleak when you see them run away like this. Manticore is well and truly amongst the Forest Goblin Spider Riders, and one thing Marathi hasn't done much of yet is magic. She's probably like one Soul Sealer because she's been away chasing stuff, so she has plenty left in the tank, and it looks like the majority of the Greenskin forces are starting to break and be forced off here. Raven Heralds desperately trying to chase them away. Probably just want to pop on the Stone Trolls, make sure they don't come back and finish them off for good. If the Red Spears die, they die. It's not that crucial an element to his battle lines. The Greenskins have formed one big mighty fist of Gork, a big old green fist, and they're looking to punch the chariots in the face. They're trying their hardest, and they're doing some decent damage, don't get me wrong, but I think it may be a little bit in vain here. Stone Trolls trying to surround the Manticore, which has been able to terrify the others. Marathi could probably dive down here. She's relatively fragile, but she's good duelist, particularly when she's isolated one-on-one. She can do a lot of work, and the Manticore as well is just snapping at the weakened parts of the Trolls who are running for their lives right now. Balance Power's started to creep for the first time into favor of the Dark Elves. It hasn't been doing that for quite some time, though, surprisingly. 8 Pigloons, once again, arguably swinging and twirling in their beautiful arcs of death. Look at them go. Look at them go. And so at least we get to see some dwarfs here, and get to see some dwarfs in action. And just realize Grombrindal always finds a way to bring dwarfs. He should be like a Chaos main, a Greenskin main, so you can get the 8 Loon dwarfs in there, and a Dwarf main. The Stone Trolls do get hit by Soul Seal. That's a nasty one as well, catching the majority of the Greenskin chaff. The Manticore does shatter, though, which is certainly bad news. Raven Heralds are really low on ammunition, and the Night Goblin Archers have rallied, and they're starting to pour some shots in. It's tough, though. Which target do you go after? There's just, like, no good targets left for them. With the Manticore gone, the Raven Heralds are basically out of ammo. The Archers won't do much to the Scorch Runner chariots, and the Greenskin forces are simply breaking. They're breaking on all sides just due to the Scorch Runner chariots, routing them, running them down, and it looks like it is going to be about there by Grombrindal, and all of a sudden, the Greenskins, Human Boy, not the Greenskins break, but Human Boy was 2-0 down is now 3-2 up. He still has one more game to go. This is a best of 7, not a best of 5. But he has done a fantastic. 3 wins on the trot certainly has boosted his confidence. Marathi, the ultimate ice power simp, 78 kills and 1,722 damage value. In Assassins, 1.2k and 277. A big sacrifice. You know, he lost an Assassin. He basically lost both the Manticores to kill Grom. It was 100% worth it. The Dread Spears didn't do too much. They kind of just died. The Raven Heralds, though, very underrated. 1.2k damage value. Scored runners 820, 895, 1,000, and 995. Manticores, unfortunately, not doing quite as good as they usually do. As for Grombrindal, 928 damage value on Grom is really not bad, considering how badly he got battered in the early stages of that battle. Night Golden Shaman, unfortunately, did not know what he was doing and could not lead his forces to victory. Any big damage across the board? 780 on the AP Loons and 117 kills is nice. The Archers did okay. Skirmish Cow did okay. Honestly, it was a little bit rough. A little bit rough. Stone Trolls did decent work. You know, 700 value, 750, and 291. GG. Yeah, sorry about lag. Seems to spike now and again. I think it's just the connection between them, because I've played both these guys and had 0 lag problems. But both players, unfortunately, had to play under the same circumstances, which kind of sucks. Prague is up next. And let us update the scoreboard. Boom, 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 boom. Human Boy is now... He was just 2 games away from losing. He's now 1 game away from winning the whole thing, which is pretty crazy, and is 3-2 up, which is very good indeed. Very good work so far. Let's quickly check Discord. Boom, boom. Because we have a few messages. Okay, no, it looks all good. It looks like people were just trying to convince these guys to do Vampire Count mirror matchups. Oh no. No Grimgore, no win. Exactly. We've seen Greenskins lose twice today so far. No Grimgore. It's the same factor with both of them. Gobbo Gitsnick did survive that, though. He did survive, so he'll be back. He'll be back, don't worry. Go Empire would be pretty cool. Typical trolls, random shatter. If the trolls route enough times, they will then shatter. So if you route, like, I can't remember how many it is, like 3 times and you come back again, the next time you do it, you'll shatter, which is, unfortunately, happens a lot to trolls because they break so often. What's up, Glorious Feeder? How's it going, champ? Love the little Gobbo picture, by the way. There's got to chase the trolls off, then kite the infantry. Yeah, there's no need to fight, right? Like, you can just kite and shoot. Kite and shoot all day long. I love seeing Grom with 0 kills. It brings me joy, too. It brings me joy. Go Empire. Be cool to see some Empire. It is your turn. Yes, yes, thinking. No worries. He's just laying out so what they've played so far. So Human Boy has played Greenskins, Dark Elves, Vampire Counts, Scave, and High Elves. And Grombrindal has played Dwarfs, Tomb Kings, VP, Norska, Greenskin. So many factions. These guys obviously are going to start to get like to the real scrape in the barrel of factions that they don't really know how to play now, which is kind of hilarious. Like, you start so strong, right? You're so used to playing best of threes, and you get down to this point, you're like, I guess I'll bring this faction. I think they're good. So Human Boy's going to be whipping out the Beastmen. We haven't seen Beastmen today, which is quite surprising. He's going to be bringing out Beastmen, banning Vampire Counts, and Wood Elves. I like those bands. I like those bands a lot. I think there's some pretty solid bands. Who's your money on, boys, though? I love the elves and dwarf players always have this fit in chat. The dwarf player blaming lag, what a coward, and then instantly the dwarf snap back. Elgi naming someone else a coward, laughing face. The dwarf elf rivalry will always be one of my favorites. Faction wars in chat, let's go. There's a neck bit in the back just laughing, just chucking zombies at people. It's so good. Empire versus Beastmen would be good on Prague. I mean, we've got the Beastmen. It's on Gromby. It's on Gromby. Yeah, so all the Beard or the War of Vengeance, depending on which side you're on. I can't remember who calls it what. I know who wins it, though. I know who wins it. Although, you know, the High Elves were disadvantaged to the fact they were also having to fight with the sundering of the Dark Elves, you know, and stuff. So that did obviously weaken them as well. So, you know, just putting that out there for you how I've got as well. Like, I know you lost a war, but you still did, you know. You were kind of fighting 2 wars, so you were doomed from the beginning, realistically. Unfortunately, that is the way it shall be remembered in history. Cool, just checking I've changed the scores. It is 3-2. We're on track. We're doing bits. We be doing bits. Yes, we're seeing the Dino Boys. I can almost say for certainty what Grombrindal build's going to be. Because he had a game against Ice Power on live stream a little while ago, which was just... oh my god. It was phenomenal. It was such a good game. It showed the power of the little skinks who ride on the side of Bastiladons and Stegodons and stuff, and the amount of damage they can pour on. It was a very close game. I'm assuming he's going to go with a similar build. What you often see in this matchup from the Lizardmen is double Soul Engines. Double Soul Engines very powerful here. Just, you know, shooting Beastmen's a really good way of killing them. So I feel like we're going to get a box build from Grombrindal with double Soul Engines. That's what I'm going to assume. I think Human Boy could bring a Cygor, though. If he brings a Cygor, like, I don't know, he could throw it out for sure. I don't think Britannia was banned. No, Vampire Counts and Wood Elves are banned. I don't think I've ever seen Grombrindal play Britannia, though. There might not be a faction he plays. Oh, the Dark Elves not fight till after the war? Oh, so they just lost against the Dowie in like a 1-on-1? I guess they were weakened, right, because they didn't have their troops? Or did the Dark Elves... like, I guess the Dark Elves didn't come help the High Elves. I don't know. Yeah, the humans, Greenskins, Skaven, and Chaos technically won the war. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Because they, like, claimed these 2 mighty, like, forces technically of good, right? Or the force of order. These huge empires crumbled, and that allowed evil really to succeed. But likewise, a lot of other good factions to flourish, like the Empire, who claimed all these lands and so forth. Does anyone like gnomes? You can get halflings in this game. I don't think gnomes exist in the Warhammer universe. At least not that I'm aware of. I mean, you have Noblars, right? Which could be like corrupted gnomes. They're really funny. They're going to be great. Did you guys see the Nurglin animations they've put into Game 3? Holy crap, they're good. The Nurglin animations may be my favorite thing from all the trailers so far. Where they like high-five each other and they make like a human pyramid of them and they fling themselves at the enemy. It's really cool. It's really freaking cool. Though, I know the hype died down a little bit because it was in the first trailer. Kislev, man. Kislev still have my heart, though. Polar Bear Cavalry all day, every day. All day, every day. Nobody likes gnomes. Why does nobody like gnomes? What did they ever do to you? What did they ever do to you? So, Lizardmen, Beastmen. I'm guessing Torx Brosball and a Gorbel from the Beastmen. Couple of flyers as well. And then from Grombrindal, I'm expecting double Soul Engine and Temple Guard. Probably Master Mendy. That's what I'm expecting. Noblars as gnomes. That's going in the D&D Book of Grudges. Yes, yes. I actually started playing D&D, like, not super recently, but like the last few months. It's been meeting up with my friends, like, every now and again to do some D&D. And it is so cool. I actually play a gnome. I play a gnome wild sorcerer, and it is as ridiculous as you'd expect it to be. I am like such a loose cannon for our poor party, because I'm like a glass cannon, so they have to protect me, and I'm just always starting fights and like launching chaos bolts at people and just laughing manically. It's great. Great, I'm really loving it. I'll be loving it. Alephanar is not hiding, yes. Alephanar is very freaking cool. Yeah, Kislev are bringing Little Grom! The Little Grom! Oh man, Kislev look really fun. You're calling Khazrak? I would love a Khazrak pick. Khazrak's actually really quite powerful. Generally, guys, Khazrak's a good lord. Yeah, Bomo, I use Wild Sorcery. I use Wild Sorcery. It is so dumb. It's so funny. So, Wild Sorcery, like, you can, like, power yourself up, which I do, like, all the time, and allow, like, this, like, chaotic energy to flow through you. And, like, it basically buffs you as a spellcaster. I'm a little gnome sorcerer, right? So, unfortunately, every time you do this, you have to roll on, like, a table, basically. And sometimes when you just cast a normal spell, you have to roll on a table. And it's a random table of 100 fins. So during one of our biggest boss fights, I shot a big chaos bolt. I was like, yes, unlimited power! And then I turned into a potted plant for a turn, which isn't so useful. Also shrunk, which isn't good for a gnome, putting out there. Right, anyway, let's delve into this. So it looks like Grombrindal is not going with what I thought he would go for. Beastmen is kind of going like exactly what I thought they would go for. But the Lizardmen have mixed up a little bit. We have Source Warriors dotted along the front line with the Cohort of Sotek. We also have the Star Chamber Guardians, who are so freaking beautiful. They're so cool. Warriors wearing the skulls of former bodyguards so they can gain their knowledge and power. It's so dope. It's so dope. Just behind them, we have Common Spear Riders, which is nice to see. A load of Common Spear Riders, big air corps of Pterodon Riders. We also have a Skink Priest of Beasts in the Skies, Manticore Summon and Flock of Doom, and we have Oxyotl, which I saw a really funny meme about, which I probably can't pop up because it's a pretty rude meme, so I can't put it up on screen. But it's, if anyone's seen The Boys and about the Invisible Man, it's, Oxyotl's the Invisible Man in this situation. It's Billy Butcher talking to him. But nice build nonetheless. I'd like to see a Skink Chief in the sky as well. I think they can do a lot of damage and can really poke down Brain Shamans and stuff, but nonetheless, a cool build. The Force of the Beastmen. This is a lot more kind of like, standard competitive play. I see this build, or like, variation of this build very often. So you have Illusion Tentacles of Throne Axes. You have basically no front line. You just have cheap Ungors to hold the enemy back a little while. Ungor Raiders backing them up. You then have a Brave Shaman with Traderkin. You have Razor Gore Piggies who have great mass, great AP, really good at pinning units in. We then have Torx the Brassborn and Gorball to hunt down single entities together. And I don't think Torx is in chat today, unfortunately, but he's certainly in chat in spirit, as you can see him screaming here. Coming in with all the buffs. We have a Gorball, and then you have a couple of Tuskor Chariots as well. Very, very good build, very good competitive stuff. You would see this build a lot, by the way. You'll see it a lot. Yes. Don't call Ungors cheap. Hey, Ungors are cheap. They're cheap. They're stingy. I've seen them, like, duck out of so many meals. I've gone on so many dates with Ungor ladies, and they just, every time, go to the bathroom, climb out the window. Every time. They're just in it for the free meal. Never date an Ungor, ladies and gents. Never done it. Like, never date a Ungor. So, Oxyotl, Master Predator has been popped. Going to start poking and stroking. Trying to probably pop the Brave Shaman, be a good first target. I mean, the Pterodons are going to have such a good time here. There's 2 use of Ungors, and that's it, to counter them. So once they get on the right target, they're going to be quite problem. Did we get the Golden Blowpipe? Chad Grombrindal coming in with the Chad Blowpipe. Completely misses, but it looks cool. Now, the Pterodon Riders are going to be falling back. Tentacles of Throne Axes are their main problem, actually. I didn't really consider that. So they do decent damage against the Pterodons if the Pterodons don't keep moving. It does look like Saurus will be able to push back the Grog Hooves of Wolf's run, although, yeah, they do push back. Okay, good play by Human Boy. Doesn't want to get caught there by the Saurus Warriors. It does look like we're going to get an early Flock of Doom go down on the Centaurs. Pterodons floating out to that side, including the Pohawk Sentinels. Unfortunately, there is no net to pin them in place. If he could net them and rock drop them, that'd be really quite lovely. They're in a relatively spread out formation, and they're not infantry, but it still do some decent damage. The Brave Shaman's not having a good time whatsoever. He does pop an Overcast Traderkin, takes some damage in return. It's going to do big damage to the Pterodons, but Oxyotl's having a whale of a time. Does actually able to break the Brave Shaman. Now, if we can get some Pterodons back here, they'll be able to chase it off, but that's a big ask right now. Common Spear Eyes do start to surround the glorious Gorball, as well as Torx the Brass Bull. Color Sotek are in here as well, but we have the Piggies floating around this side, and you smell that? You smell that? It smells like the blood of our enemies, and they charge forward into the little Skinkies, pinning in the Cold One Spear Eyes as well, and they actually have really decent AP and good mass, so this is going to be a fantastic fight, in my opinion, for the Beastmen. Some God need to get over there and help out where possible. Skink Priest is vibing in the middle. Ungors are beating their sticks against the Star Chamber Guardians, but elsewhere in the fight, it's going pretty good for the Lizardmen. Common Spear Riser and Snare and Tuskors, and it's going really good on the left-hand flank, but the big right-hand flank not going too good for them whatsoever. We are going to see the first Manticore summon of the day go down. Oxyotl is about to be jumped by some Centaurs. He certainly needs the help of that Manticore to stay alive. Does look like the Brave Shaman in the distance has managed to rally and come back, which is good news. We do have some Pterodons rallying as well for the Lizardmen forces. Spearmen as well as the Spear Riders will quite comfortably beat the Tuskor Chariots, I think. And now that they're kind of really sinking their teeth into them, Source Warriors as well have started to engage with the Ungor Raiders in the back line, who can quite comfortably just kite backwards at the moment. The Manticore summon is going after Taurox and the Gorbel, but to be honest, they can probably just turn and fight it. Pterodon Riders bomb dive in the Centicles where possible, keeping Oxyotl alive and happy. He's firing in, doing some good work as well. Like, you know, he's been a bit of a chat just in the middle. I really like Oxyotl. I wish we ought to see him a little bit more. Star Chamber Guardians do carve through quite a few Centicles. A little bit of mixed play there by Human Boy, getting some of his units caught up. I think he's quite micro-intensive over on this side, looking to protect the Gorbel, and because of that, he's actually lost 2 units of Centicles, which is really quite rough indeed. The Saurus are being dragged down. Colin Spear Riders are struggling. They're trying to poke through the Tuskor chariots, and they are slowly overwhelming them, but the Ungol Raiders are applying a decent amount of pressure. Some lovely swooping animations from the Skink Priest. It's trying to go after the Brave Shaman there. Not a bad target whatsoever. Saurus are trying to catch and ensnare the Centigors with the help of the Pterodons. Unfortunately, Pterodons do go down here, and they've got a lot of ammo, and that ammo can go directly onto the Star Chamber Guardians. The Orcs will be able to counter-shoot a little bit, I suppose. We do see a Q of Darkness go down on the Brave Shaman of Wild, who's being forced back now. Who's going to pop a Treadkin down on the Saurus Warriors, do some decent damage, lower their speed, and hopefully allow the Centigores just to kite them that bit more effectively. Tuskor Chariots were able to rally as well, which is disastrous for the Lizardmen forces. Now, Taurox is trying to chase Oxyotl. I have tested this when this patch or DLC first came out. Oxyotl will win this. Taurox cannot catch him. And Taurox Brassball taking massive damage right now. Honestly, the Pterodons probably want to go after the Centigores instead of Taurox right here, as he poses very little threat to Oxyotl. But if the Centigores can pin in Oxyotl, he then poses a very large and real threat to his forces. Balance power is in favor at the moment of the Beastly Boys, though the Razorgore herds as well as the Gorbel in a really bad fight here. Star Chamber Guardians are just surrounding them, and that's going to be a dead Gorbel and a dead Razorgore unit. Star Chamber Guardians still so healthy, but this is a big fight over here, and Oxyotl needs to be able to escape this. It is really rough for him right now. He has Cold One Riders back as well. Oxyotl is just getting slapped around by Taurox the Brass Bull. Pterodons need to swoop in and try to save him, because if they bring him back, there is still hope here, because the Gorbel's down. Razorgores are down. Star Chamber Guardians don't give an F. They're killing everything. Do you want the smoke? They want all the smoke. They want all the beef. They want all the fights. But they need something to kill the Ungors and the Centigores, and that's Oxyotl. He can certainly do that job for them, and the Pterodons. But if Oxyotl goes down here, if the Skink Priest goes down, it's going to be very bad news. We do get an Overcast. I don't know what that was summoning. It doesn't look like it actually went off on anything, unfortunately. That's a little bit of a shame, and it does look like Oxyotl has lost his support here, and he's not near the Star Chamber Guardians, and that's the problem. Now he's kind of getting punted and kicked around a little bit. He's trying to flee, he's popped slippery, and he's running for his life. Gorbel has rallied. Star Chamber Guardians, they said they wanted all the smoke. They probably want to retract that statement at the moment, because though they're killing everything around them, Armor Losses is going to kick in, and they're gonna chill out. They're gonna chill out, they're gonna go back. They're going to vibe and not do too much. You know, they're going to fall back to Lustria. They've had enough of a fight. Still got 1.6k damage value and were probably the MVPs for the Dino forces. But alas, it was not enough. Oxyotl got 1.6k damage value. Lovely work there. 1.6 Star Chamber Guardians. Cavalry did decent, kind of mid-hundreds. Pterodon Riders low hundreds, unfortunately for them. And that's quite crucial, them not getting on the key targets. Mainly due to the good play by Human Boy, though. I must admit, his Centigores did some really good zoning. The Saurus Warriors, 40 kills, 22 and 123. 620 value, 460 and 920. Not bad whatsoever. Cohort suffered, as did the little Skink Priesty, only getting off one Manticore summon. Taurox Brass Bull, 1.2k value. We got 1.2k on the Brave Shaman after a nice recovery from an early snipe on him. The Gorbel only 520 though. He messed with the Star Chamber Guardians, and much like the Wu-Tang Clan, they ain't no an F with, and he got dragged down, unfortunately. Ungol Raiders didn't do amazing, unfortunately for them. The Chariots did okay. 458 and 544 value. Nice counterplay with the cavalry though. Centicles with Thrown Axes were able just to reap havoc though. This was kind of a big problem. 675, 580, 1488 and 957 damage value. It was just too much for them to last with. And Oxyotl kind of getting dragged away from the Star Chamber Guardians kind of was the nail in the coffin at the end of the day. Because if he was nearby them fighting, they would have killed like the majority of what was left. Now, the Razorgore Piggies, 700 value and 984. I love to see them in action. I think they're very, very powerful. You can see they've chevroned up here. 55 and 33 kills. I tip my hat to you, Porkies. You did some really good work. Treadkin is balanced. GG were played. For vengeance, screams Human Boy. For Poland, for vengeance. I'm guessing Grombrindal knocked out for Poland in an event recently, so he's trying to avenge him. Epic set of games. What a comeback. What a comeback from Human Boy. Let's pop up the scoreboard, and that is the best of 7. Human Boy, Babushka, 4-2 against Grombrindal, doing some lovely work there. What a comeback. 2-0 down, and he came back. Chess stream when? I'm garbage at chess, Nick, but I really enjoy it, but I am terrible, so I don't think it would be the best stream for you guys. I don't think it'd be the best for you guys. Well, I got 4 correct, just the wrong winner. Amazing job, Human Boy. Congrats. Yeah, you said 4-2, didn't you? Luke Gray. Unfortunately, it was the wrong way around. Traitor win. Traitor win indeed. Traitor win indeed. Thanks for the stream. No worries. No worries. There are mates. No worries. Thank you, Human Boy, as well as Grombrindal, for playing. Once again, Human Boy does have a YouTube channel. You should definitely go check him out. Quite a small channel at the moment, but it is growing lovely. Very proud of him. He's doing a lot of good work and paying out a lot of good tournaments and stuff, really helping out. So, yes, I think what we'll do... I've just realized we've been raided at the very end of the stream. Oh, no. Beep, boop. Beep, boop. Oh, no. I think that means Logic... not Logic. Oh, my God, my mind. I think Legends just raided us. So, if we want to do one more game, we might do one more game. Legend leads the charge. The Legend Total War is here. Oh my god. Beep boop indeed. What's up, guys? Hope you're enjoying. We've literally just finished the stream. Oh no. He literally came in at the worst time. This stream's been so good as well. It's been crazy. We had like a best of 7, which was insane. Oh man, what a chat though. What a chat for sending people over. Thank you so much. Yeah, we had a bit of a reverse sweep in here. Beep boop. Oh man, I appreciate you guys showing up. Right. Whilst we wait, I'm going to play a quick battles. Just so you guys get to see some action. But feel free to go back and watch. Like, the whole stream's been crazy. We've just done a best of 7 between 2 players. They both played really good. And we're just about to close out the stream. But because you guys raided, just for you new guys rocking in, I'll do a quick battle for you. Oh, you get Legend sent us lads. I love it. Man, Legend's such a nice dude. I actually chatted to him for the very first time the other day. I was trying to bait him in. I was like, come on, man, let's do like a multiplayer collaboration. But I think he only really wants to do single player and stuff at the moment, which is 100% fair. 100% fair. But hopefully one day we'll get to do some like content with Legend. He's the one I first watched when I did first guy I watched play Total War ever. Ricky Stark. Hello. Stark. So, because everyone keeps saying about the kits, do you want to play Greenskins or do you want to play Lizardmen? No way. Yes way. You are on stream, my friend. You're on stream. Let's... I feel like I should bring my favorite Dino Boys. Super fun stream, by the way. Have loved the recent Warhammer mod vids you've been doing as well. Awesome and super refreshing. No worries. Yeah, Legend really doesn't want to play multiplayer again. Yeah, I reached out to him. I was like, hey, bro, you want to do something? I want to do like a multiplayer campaign crossover. He's saying like good luck and everything, but like he isn't about it. He isn't about it, which is fair enough. I understand. But maybe one day he'll be able to get me over to like campaign stuff. I'm just a pretty bad campaign player, so I don't know what I'd really offer, you know? So we'd have to make some kind of like fun series or something. Oh. Is there a problem if I... Goals? I don't know what goals means. I don't know what goals means. I think he wants to play Lizardman. Which is fine. I was going to bring Nakai, but we can switch it up. Play dwarfs? Alright. I saw it in chat. I'm going for it. We're playing dwarfs. How Chad do you want us to go? If I choose Lizardman, yeah, go for it. Go for it, bud. Bring the pain, man. Bring the pain. I want all the smoke. Right. We're not gonna go for a Ironbrow. We ain't scared. Hopefully we don't get kited, which is a possibility here. What lord do you guys... I'll let you guys pick my lord. Go Liz. Oh my god, I'm so blind. It's been a long stream. Go Liz. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It's been a long stream. We should do another Teach Me Total of Linksy, Lore Master Sotek, Great Book of Grudges, and Legend. Oh, like a campaign Teach Me Total War. That'd be cool. Go Trek, right. Someone scream Go Trek. Just scream stuff to me. I'll try and pick it up. So bring Go Trek. So we do like a, Iron Drake Trollham torpedo build. Flame cannon for the memes. Or a cannon because it's decent. Ungrim, Belagar, Ungrim, and Gotrek. It looks like more votes for Ungrim. Gotrek and Bugman. I would love to bring Bugman. Pick base lord. Take hammers. Oh my god, people are screaming. I have a replay out like 2 days ago. The hammers, they got like 3k value or something for me. So we're going some Peak Gate Guard. Belagar, Ungrim, Belagar. Oh my god, the chat's just like, I want everything. Give me all the very goodness. I demand it. It says either Belagar or Ungrim. I know that for sure. Man, this is looking like a pretty elite build. We should maybe plan it out a little bit with some chaff, you know. They got some range, decent amount of range, some elite troops. You need more fire on all the fire. Right, I think Belagar has won the voting. We're going to leave him with Revenge Incarnate, just because it's fun. But I think that's it. Oh, this puts us back quite a bit. We have like no runes of Sloan or anything either. It's fine. What's the worst that could happen? Something like this? Yeah, we got a flame cannon. Don't worry about it. Slay the Oathbreakers. Yeah, guys, if you want a Foreground Grudge Bearer and Hammerer style build, literally like 2 days ago, I cast a video. It's up on the channel, and it's Foreground Grudge Bearer, 2 units of Hammerers, 2 units of Ironbreakers, one of which is triple gold chevron. It's like bonkers. It's really bonkers. Super competitive Belagar meta. Yeah, we can afford like 1 unit minus here. Oh! 0 gold build! You're doomed, my friend. 0 gold build. Good luck, have fun, champ. Good luck, have fun. Yeah, guys. Sorry for everyone who joined. You came in at literally the worst point. We had just finished like the epic battles and stuff. So apologies you missed that. We'll do one more quick battle and then I'll head out. But if you guys enjoy any multiplayer content, feel free to subscribe and stick around. It's the kind of stuff I do. Or go through my catalog of stuff and see if it's something you're interested in. Yeah. I will eventually do some, you know, campaign stuff, but probably more with Warhammer 3. Unless I do end up doing a collab with someone like Legend, but I honestly don't know what we would do because he's incredible at campaign and I'm garbage. So I feel like, I don't know, I feel like he would just kick my ass if it was like a head-to-head or something. Maybe he can do like Carrier Noob series or something. What a build. I have 0 gold. Wait, is this McRightface? Is this McRightface? Lan? I don't think so. I'm assuming you're just talking about the fact you have 0 gold in life, which, same, bro. I feel your pain. I feel your pain. For sure. Let's load in. We're on the Bone Zone. We do, of course, have the Nature's Gift to the universe. A giant bone sticking out from the ground there. And it's a decent map all round. I mean, it's relatively rush-focused. We do have decent range. We can camp, like, up on here near the trees, maybe. Wouldn't be the worst idea. Take the high ground, make everyone as proud as possible. It is McRightface! No way! We're facing the Legend? Man, we literally have a YouTube off here. I love it. I love it. Oh, that means he knows our build. No, curses. Curses McRightface. He'll hunt me down, I'm sure. Right. Let's actually put you this side. Cannons! Oh, this build is just a work of art. No slayers even. Okay, luckily we've got the miners, so we can push out a little bit. The deployment zone's a little bit close to us, just a little bit close. Get the hammerers in the central pocket. my god. I have way too much range in my build for the amount I have to protect. Because normally you have like slayers around the back. I do not have slayers. Alright, let's put some miners here and here. I love it. I love everything about this build. It's silly, it's great. It's kind of all what you want in life. So let's get the Iron Drakes. Let's get the artillery pieces in here, and let's get the boys, just the lads. I wouldn't say this is the greatest romance in history, because of course there's Krokgar and Grimlock, but it's up there. It's up there. Just, they're so happy to be here. So happy to fight. We'll see how this goes. Good luck, have fun. I faced Ricky Stark like multiple times on quick bows. I never realized it was McRightface. Oh, you're not playing. Oh, I thought you were playing. Oh my god, McRightface, you gave me like a heart attack. Yeah, we have the Slayer, so, you know, easy wins, right? Easy wins. Oh my god, that's a lot of Saurus. He's on Croxagore Rush. Okay, that's not like... Croxagore Rush isn't that good, I don't think. He does have Razons, though. That's very good. And he's miles away from me as well, so I can't really focus him down. Let's focus the Croxagore for now. Oh no, I feel like my lack of Slayers is going to come back and bite me on the butt pretty hard. Flame Cannons, do your worst. Okay, we're doing decent damage to the Saurus. I quite like my opponent's build, actually. I think it's nothing crazy, but it's pretty good. Okay, yeah, Hammerers will do fine as well, actually, up against Croxagore. The problem's going to be those Razor hunting packs. We have very little to counter them, apart from the single cannon. Oh, does he have Oxyotl? He has something invisible over there. Get you working. Yes. Burn them all. Burn them all. Yeah, he's got Oxyotl. Okay, that's fine. I'm that one guy who doesn't think Oxyotl's amazing in this matchup. He's very good, like, you can't catch him and stuff, obviously, but... I don't know. I'm not convinced. I am not convinced. Let's move back a little bit. Cannon needs to shoot you, please. I think it's been shooting. Oh, he's hiding them. That's a good move by my opponent. I like that. Just keep shooting everything. Yeah, pop you in guard mode so you still shoot. You want to fight me? Don't fight me like a man. Come meet your doom. Yes. Okay, let's move up here. Oh, that rock drop's going to be nasty. Oh, okay, he rock dropped the Iron Drakes. That's a big mistake that a lot of new players make. Don't rock drop Iron Drakes. You will do literally no damage to them. And they will laugh at you. Really sad day. Let's move up with you. Okay, in come the Croxagores. So he had like this deep reserve of Croxagores. I'm actually going to move Gotrek over there. Ah! Manticore, stay away. He's keeping his guys in the back for like a late game reserve, which is actually kind of cool and smart. Okay, we have to get all the boys over here now. We've got to get all the boys over here. Bring you over. Gotrek's just go have a laugh, man. Go have a laugh. You'd be absolutely grand. Let's get you guys over here as well. Shoot him. Oh no, this is going very badly now. It was looking pretty good to start with. I mean, as long as we have like our Iron Breakers, the war's never over. Oh, what a shot! What a shot by his Lord Beastcaster. Okay, we're whipping those Razordons though quite nicely. Please throw your blast and charges. Okay, Flame Cannon's putting in a shift though. Which is nice. Yes, Iron Drakes. Please kill stuff. Please kill stuff. Move you away. Luckily, Crocs are actually really bad units because they don't have any melee attack. So they struggle against actually hit dwarfs. So you'd think they'd be the ultimate target against dwarfs, but it's not unfortunately that crystal clear always. We're being swarmed. Yeah, pin you in. Free up the Iron Drakes. We can hopefully shoot you. Let's try to move you back if we can. Okay, we've done decent damage to the Croxagore. For your ancestors! Belagar's just chasing down Croxagore in the trees. Okay, Flame Cannon got sacrificed there, so we get our little blasting charges off. Unfortunately, we didn't bring a Master Engineer because we're kind of bringing a funny build, but Master Engineer would be so nice right now. Okay, Kroxgor being forced back. Let me get some damage done on you. Actually saving our back line pretty miraculously right now. We do demand blood. I always demand blood. It's one of the few things I demand people who subscribe to me give me. That would be creepy. That'd be more of a cult situation. I don't actually do that, by the way, if anyone knew. In case that wasn't obvious. I demand that you feed ducks in your local parks. Okay, it's going pretty good now. If we can get rid of the maximum barbs, we're going to be in such a nice place. Pterodons can't really do anything to us, luckily. They're like annoy us, and stop us shoot him. My god, he has another Manticore summon? Oh, this is going to be painful. The maximum barbs are just going to hurt. There's not much we can do about them. At least not yet. Okay. Let's get in here. We still our boy. Charge! Yeah, let's keep willing down the Kroxgor. We can drag them down, be in a good place. Belagard's just going toe-to-toe with this Manticore, trying to distract it. Let's get Gotrek back in the action. We may end up getting kited here in the later stages of the game, because we don't actually have many troops left. I mean, we can win in a straight-up fight, but will we have the opportunity to be in a straight-up fight is a different beast entirely, you know? Yeah, he's doing the right type priority as well, which I like to see. Good play by my opponent. Trying to kill the maximum barbs. Like, Oxyotle's going to hurt, but he does magic attacks, so I don't think it's the end of the world. Get over here and finish them off. Doing decent work to the maximum barbs. No, Dowie, rally! Rally! Rally to me! It also has the potential, of course, for, oh, he's going with the Pharaoh Manticore. He has the potential in the later stages of the game to drop an Amber Spear down the line on my troops, which would be quite nice. For him, not for me. It'd be a bad experience for me. Cool. So the Manticore's nearly dead. Kroxgor basically dead. Very close little scrap. How much ammo does he have? 7 volleys with them. Some Kroxgors and stuff left. We got Gotrek though, so is it ever really a loss? I found the perfect way to win at this game. You bring Angrim as your lord, and just Angrim, no other units, just Angrim. So if you die, let's just continue to chase us away for now. See if you waste some shots in through the trees at us. If you die, you fulfilled your Slayer Oath, so you've won. And if you kill the entire enemy army, obviously it's a straight up victory. This looks so hard, says Mason Panic. Yeah, we didn't go super optimal with our build. We just bring some fun units and stuff, so we had to micro hard to drag this out. But it's been a good game. Honestly, I've really enjoyed it. It's been very close. Ironbreaker's taking a lot of shots in the rear right now. I don't think the trees are doing too much. So I want to get these Kroxgor off the battlefield. Get rid of them. What's their leadership? Minus 15. They're probably not coming back. Okay, he's jumping in now. Get him. Let's get him. The Maxim Barbs will probably finish us off here. Where's his caster? I'm very scared of a spear coming down the line. He's quite a long way away. I'm assuming Oxyotle's faster than Gotrek. So I'm not going to bother giving up and chasing yet. Pop this. Let's get I want all the smoke. Fight me. Northern Ironbreakers are some of the best units in the game. Look at this. Oh, so many kills. And I've been chucking them against like Kroxigors and stuff because I haven't really had an option. Let's drive them away for now. That's my opponent's micro skills. Make sure he's paying attention. He is indeed. Good to see. Let's jump on Saurus. And then let's, I guess, head after them. We don't really have any chance of catching them, but we can make him like rush some shots or something. Come back here. I see like a little bullet from the deep just appear. It's like, pew. As Oxyotle keeps trying to annoy me. He's going after Belagard, which is an interesting choice. Probably a good choice. Get the Maxim Barbs off the Ironbreakers, shoot down Belagard, and then you just surround the big boy in the end. Juke those shots in case he does. Come after me. Nope. Only one volley left, buddy. Hey, still got the Pterodons in the skies. And Oxyotto, of course. Man, what a game. This was just a scrap we, like, chucked in. Yeah, Gotrek will heal. Hopefully. Hopefully. He will heal. Okay, they're out of ammunition now. Oh, that's a bad play, my opponent. He's chucked in the Pterodons. They still have ammo. You should stand and fight. You should stay in the air, my friend. I mean, I'll take it. Another dead one. Let's go after the Maxim Barbs. George! Look at Belagar, so happy. I do love the spiky doggos, though. Okay, we've still all our buffs left as well, although like, soon to be back on cooldown. I don't think there's too much the Razor Doggo is going to be able to do, unfortunately, against Gotrek. Like, you saw them charge in, and look how many died. Just bonking that dog on the head. He's chased off my units, which is the right play. The majority of his army is broken. There's a chance of it to come back, but it's so beaten up at this point. Right. What's your speed? 54. 36. Let's get that charge animation on him. Go on. Yes! Go on, go on. No, Gotrek, go, 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 go. My opponent realizes this. He's coming in with the doggos. Okay, he's going to escape for now, but that was some good hits. It's forced my opponent into combat where he didn't want to be. Here's shatter my other units, so we should be able to drag down the Razordons. Okay, let's just keep applying pressure. Okay, he's going to cycle charge us, which is fine. He switched his target onto Gotrek, interestingly enough. I'm going to pop this now while we can. It's not the best point for us to do it, but... He's getting low on ammo, guys. Well, I say low on ammo. He still has 10 volleys. He starts with so many. Cool. Belagar's doing fine. Let's come back here. Let's fight together. I don't think we can actually catch... Oh, we might be able to catch him now. I don't think we can catch him, but... We're getting some hits off. Cool. Let's go. Chase begins. Okay, Gotrek. Look at him go. Yes, we caught him again. Come on, hunt him down. Hunt him down. Get him, boy. The problem is Gotrek may die because of scale and damage. No, he got his heal prop. Cool. Understood. No, good luck. What a game. What a game. I think we've got it. I don't think he's got enough ammo. Particularly the magic attacks. Gotrek's like struggling right now. We're trying to get Belagar over here to help. Gotrek's doom's a little way off right now. But Oxyotto's putting a shift. For sure. Gotrek's those... Oh, the headbutt! The flying headbutt from Belagar. Nice little 360 no-scope into Gotrek's face. But it looks like Gotrek won't be dying this day, which is quite sad for him. That was crazy. I mean, my opponent still has some units left. But... I don't know. I don't think he really has anything. I don't know why the balance pattern is so even. Unless he has like a load of skirmish troops hidden or something. So close, man. That was wild. I know Turin's not kind of casting my play at the moment, but I might send that off to like Darv or Logic or someone, see if they want to cast it. Man, this was some crazy stuff. Come back here, boy. I mean, he might come back. He's got cold-blooded on him. But how much ammo does he have left? 3 shots. He could probably kill Gotrek. I feel like he would kill Gotrek, but how would he kill Belagar? Oh, he's got a Skink Priest coming back, actually. Oh, God. My axe first. Oh, I dodged with the wrong ward first. Oh, no, this might be game over for us, actually. 15 HP. The heal's not going off. Duke, my beautiful boy, Duke. No, no way, we're gonna lose it. We're gonna lose it. I had so much faith. I think Belagar might not survive this morale-wise. I don't know. His skinks have fully broken now, which is good news for us. Come on, Belagar. Get in. Get that little skinky. He's only got 2... Right, let's go after the skink priest. We can't catch. He's got 2 shots left. We have 120 armor and a silver shield, so... I'm going to save Revenge Incarnate for when we fight Oxyotto, I think. Yeah, let's just chase Oxyotto there. Revenge Incarnate, go. Bam. Big hit. Big hit. Hit him in the dirt. One banged. One punch there by Belagar. And I think that's GG, right? The Skink Priest can try its best, but... oh, it's coming in with... Ooh. Knock him down. Nice. Trying to pop that amber spear. We're not having any of it. And with the extra 40 melee attack, we're almost guaranteed to hit. Oh, the damage has been so good. I've cast a lot of Dowie and Lizman games recently, so I probably won't cast it, but I'll definitely send this off to some other channels to get cast. Because that was insane. That was insane. Insane game from stream. Whoa. Whoa. That was crazy. His plot armor gave in, it did eventually. It did eventually. Man, that was a fun game. If you guys, like, I know a lot of people join late. If you guys want to see more of that stuff, one, I've got like an entire channel dedicated to it, but you can go back and watch the rest of this stream. We've had some crazy games so far. Well played to Ricky Stark, man. I've played him a few times, always a lovely guy. Oh, the Max and Barb's got nearly 1,200 value. They did really good. He played such a good game. I think the Max and Barb's and the Razorlons, they should have come... I understand, like, leave them in reserve to try and kite to the end game, and it nearly worked. But bringing them into pressure when my cannons and stuff being surrounded could have been good. 2,000 value on Oxyota with 55 kills is tasty. Flame Cannon, 127 kills, 1,154 value, 1,000 value on the cannon. Drake's an okay, 613, 880 damage value, 12 and 23 kills. Northern Ironbreakers are just... they're one of my favorite units. They're so powerful. 1,200 value, 192 kills, 1,000 on the Peak Gate Guard. A lot of the miners got shut down early, unfortunately. Gotrek, 1,800 damage value, 2,298 Belagar. Gotrek died, you know, fighting a legendary warrior. He died fighting a legendary warrior, and I think he would have enjoyed that. I think, you know, fighting someone as the Doom guy, right? Oxyota is literally the Doom guy, just in the Warhammer universe. So fighting him was a worthy foe. He kind of won me the game, Gotrek, and he died. So that is a Slayer oath fully fulfilled in my books. That was a crazy finish. That was a crazy finish. 100%. What's up, Ricky Stark? What's up? Tanks, bro. Man, we tanked for sure. We tanked for sure. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to now raid someone else. So if you want to come with me, let's go raid anyone else who's currently streaming. And the way we raid, for anyone new, is we go over there and we yell Quackalode. We yell Quackalode and demand bread. So let's see. Total War Warhammer. And let's see who is live. Boom, boom, boom. Just saying, your boy Rubber Duck, currently the largest person on YouTube streaming, which is cool. We have Linksy and Mercy the Mad, I think, are doing a cult campaign. So let's go raid Mercy the Mad, because he's a really lovely guy. He took part in my recent Teach Me Total War event. So I'm sure he will really appreciate the raid. So I'm going to send you guys over there. Anyone looking to, by the way, take part in a tournament, please join my Discord. There's a link down below. We're doing a very big tournament with a $1,200 prize pool, which is crazy. Starting this Thursday, I think. Yeah, this Thursday is when it's starting. It's going to take a couple of weeks to finish, but here's a link to Mercy the Mad's YouTube channel. Go over there and yell Quackalode. And yeah, all the good stuff. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in. It's been a really awesome stream. It's been good being back doing some competitive games on stream here. Well played to Grombrindal and Human Boy from the earlier best of 7, and well played as well to Ricky Stark at the end there. That was a quite legendary game. I'll be back live streaming, probably not tomorrow. I might do Twitch tomorrow, but I'll be back live streaming here on YouTube 100% on Friday, and of course a video every day like usual. Until next time, guys, peace, and as always, stay forth.